Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let's go straight over to Wall Street. The bell's about to go. We're about to ring the bell in a few seconds. Here we go. Nvidia selling off. The markets are selling off. Should you be concerned? 3, 2, 1.
To the extent that everything gets cheaper, you're going to be able to do more. That's my point.
The bell has gone.
Now, I mean, Mark's talking his own book.
China is now competing with Nvidia and scaring the whole market. Let's go through all our positions and see what's moving today. Are you ready? Let's get straight into it in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Here we go. The overall positions, as you can see, we are down. I was down $6,500 this morning. Was I worried? Not at all. Did I buy more? No. I told you I wouldn't buy unless it went down 20%. Not at all. It's all to do with what's going on in China with AI and also Trump, the concerns with tariffs. It's now upsetting the market, and on top of all of that, we've got FOMC and we've got earnings season all at the same time. So what does it do? It presents opportunity. Not this is not a bad day. This is a good day. I love to go to work on red days. The S&P is down, coming straight back up again. S&P Global down today. Virgin Galactic down. Rates up for longer. This could be the nail in the coffin for Virgin Galactic. They're running out of money. Palantir down 6.43. Way too expensive. We like it. It's good. It's an opportunity. However, it's still way over 200 times earnings. SPDR Gold down today. Gold is down. Amazon is down 3%. Apple is now coming back up. It was oversold. Apple is the biggest position on the S&P. When this rallies, the market comes up. Well, you can see it happening right there. It was oversold. Apple is a good opportunity. Now people are buying back. Simple as that. Buffett sold. Wouldn't be surprised if he starts to buy back. Look at that. Going up very quickly, bringing the S&P up with it. Next to energy, bouncing around the zero at the moment. Enphase Energy, good time to buy. Coca-Cola, what did I say? I said that all the markets will trim off. They did. I said XRP, crypto would go down. It did. I said defenses would go up. It is. I mean, what can you say? Everything we've said on the show consistently right here. J&J also a $200 stock. That's up today, 1.25. Don't expect massive growth on this. You've got a huge dividend. Add the two together, you've got a really good defensive system, which is why I've been buying. As you can see, I'm up today on my Roth IRA. I keep telling people my Roth IRA is holding my portfolio together right now. Tech is running out of steam, or is it? But you need to just consider these things. Anyway, carry on. Johnson & Johnson going up today. So Chevron Oil is up 0.35. Tesla down today. Fears of what's going on in China. We'll cover it in a minute. McDonald's up 0.27. Google is down 3.49. Microsoft is down as well, 4.4. Nvidia down 10.9%. Was even lower, like 13-14% lower earlier. It's now starting to rise. We'll talk about Nvidia in a moment. Walmart is up today. Staples up. Tilray Brands worth zero now, going down under $1. I said it would. Look at it. I said do not buy this. Rates up for longer. Not good. Look at my portfolio. Look at my Roth IRA. Storming ahead now. Defensives. This is what I've been saying all the time. Be very careful. It's very easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. Tilray Brands could go under $1 and then be delisted. Robinhood is down 4%. IonQ is down 5.97. Why? It's too expensive. No surprise there. Rocket Lab, great, but way too expensive. Plug Power, I don't know how many times I've said it's only worth $195, $196. Buy it there, sell it at $230 over and over again. We're back down there again, once again. Everyone tried to manipulate me. I had oligarchs, Russian oligarchs, offering me money. I showed you it. I showed you all the things. And, You know, there it is. It's happening again. Faraday Future, no value whatsoever. It's bankrupt, technically. Bitcoin going up 0.63. XRP down today, trying to push back up again. Let me just refresh that screen. It didn't load the way I like it. There you go. That's better. There was my SoFi earlier on. I was covering SoFi. We got Sirius XM now being covered. That was booked by Stacey Bailey this morning. There's the rundown. The S&P's coming back up. The defensive's coming back up. Look at that. Look at that, folks. And remember the high dividends that these come with. J&J and Coca-Cola. All right. Good. I like it. Let's go for all our comments, messages. Please smash the like button. Thank you very much indeed, James. Yes, if you've just arrived, please consider subscribing to the channel and tap the like button. It really would help, James. Thank you very much for reminding everyone to do that. Appreciate it. Okay. Lucas Age, James 007, Lucas Age Uniters 1, absolutely right. Tap the like button. Midnight Bob is here. Good morning, world. I love it. George the Junk Martyn Coca-Cola is going to the moon. No, it's not. No, that's ridiculous. It's not going to the moon at all. But it's going to go up and outperform the S&P. Hook 2 shares of Nvidia with a limit order I set at 125. I'm loving it. Josh Monroe, congratulations. Yeah, anywhere now under the 130, you're getting a deal, but it can go as low as 100. But congratulations to you. Morning all. This DeepSeek V3 uses Nvidia H800 chips, which are cheap, but it turns out they are not. Pedro, let's have a look at that. This DeepSeek version 3 uses Nvidia H100 processors, which are cheap, but it turns out they are not. I'm not really sure what you're saying there. They use the chips, they don't use the chips, they're cheap. I don't know what you mean. Become a member, then we can verify your information. You can send in links. I can cover the story. Right now, I don't know what that means. Hello from the UK, Simon Meadows. 98% of our live viewers are members. More than any other channel on earth. 98%. Go and check it out on YouTube, buddy. You will see that. The moment that when you're getting ready for a market swing and it comes, but you aren't ready. I'm always ready. Always ready. Good morning. Wadey, how are you? Good morning, Vietnam. Pascal, I love it. Coca-Cola, no, I don't agree with George of the Jungle. It's not going to the moon at all. It will, I don't even like those phrases. It's silly, really. It's going to outperform the S&P, but that's it. That's what it's about. Watch out for that tree. Midnight Bob, what's that all about? Martin, I know you have enough S&P, but if you were in a position, would you buy more now? No. No, not at all. I am in a position to buy more, Wadey. I absolutely can buy more. What do you mean I can't buy more? I've got $32,000. I can buy as much S&P as I want. I've always got buying power. I've always got money. I've got 32 grand. I can buy 32 grand of the S&P today, but I'm just not, because I'm 20, 30, 40, 50% up from what I bought in January. I do not want to take away the buffer, because the S&P is going to do another 10% and then pull back 5. It's only going to go up another few percent from here anyway. There's no point this year. I've done everything I need to do. I'm now in my defensives until I can take a profit from those and then buy back the S&P when we get to the bear market in September, October. So no, I wouldn't be buying the S&P, because if I was, I would, and I can. I've always got buying power. What do you mean? Good morning, good morning, everyone. Landbridge, big drop. Volatility in the sector, and oil, yes, but it will all return. Ouch, I think I'm going to not look at my portfolio today. Already down 14,000 this morning, but I know it'll bounce back. Good luck to you. Happy thoughts. Good morning. Bought a bunch of SoFi under 16. It won't be this low again, hopefully. David Ewan, I think it's way too expensive. And again, we heard the CEO this morning saying some nonsense, talking about inflation, interest rates. He literally is like a promoter, a cheerleader for his stock. I don't like any CEO. You'll never see Tim Cook do that. You'll never see the great CEOs come on and try to encourage you to buy. I don't like it when any CEO does that, tells you it's better than it is. I just see right through it. I'm not interested. And the moment they do that, I'm out the door. So, telling everybody that rates are going to come down faster than they are is just, you're supposed to be a finance company, and you're talking nonsense about the economy. I can't get into it. Anyway, it's a good business, but it's a really bad CEO. Can you do an AMD earnings? Okay, looks like we got another request. Don't know why it didn't play the audio.
Can you do AMD earnings
Hang on.
the 4th of February?
Let me replay that. I had the volume turned down, so I apologise for that. Want to make sure everybody gets their mention on the screen. So Jenny B has just requested something. Let me have a look. Hopefully that'll put it. There we go.
Jenny B donated $5 through a super chat. Can you do AMD earnings after close on the 4th of February?
Why I was always say Midnight Toker along with Midnight Bob. It was a song, the Joker. Oh, the song. Oh, I see. Thank you, Mike. Now I understand. Thank you for explaining it. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, Martin, how you doing? I'm doing very well. Thank you. I warned you, didn't I, Safa, about SMCI? Warned you about that. So what are you saying? Is that 2.5 is not enough of a discount? No. For me, it's not. For you, it might be if you're not in. Of course, if you're not in, then yes. But I've already built up $260,000. It won't be long before I got $333,000. So we're on the way to that $1 million. I don't need to buy a little dip like this. It's all about risk management. It's a good dip, and the markets are going to go up. But the big rally has happened. I've already bought it. I've already made the money. I mean, look at my portfolio. 148,000, 149, 226 invested, you can see there, plus the Roth. I mean, I've got over 260 grand on the way to $333,000. I don't need to be buying a small dip like this. But I'm not saying it's wrong. For you, it depends on your situation. But is the S&P going to do much this year? Yeah, maybe 10%, but then it's going to pull back 5%. It's only going to be up 5%. Why would I want to buy more at 5%? There's no need. I want to focus on paying down margin. All right? So for me, it's not right at the moment. If that's the case, why didn't you buy more Coca-Cola and J&J? Well, for the simple reason, I can't. If I go to my, look at that. Honestly, I mean, it's right there. I mean, could I be more right? I mean, seriously, look, I can't buy more Coca-Cola and J&J, any defensives on my Roth IRA because it's maxed out. All right, you can't buy any more. Look, I'm maxed out every single year. I'm maxed out for 20. I was maxed out in 22. I was maxed out in 23. I was maxed out in 24. I'm maxed out in 25. I've got as much money as you could possibly put in there. Can't put any more in there. Now, I know what your argument is. You're saying, well, why don't I buy more on my main account? The reason why I don't is integrity to the show. I only own the S&P. I only own the S&P. Now, you look at that and go, yeah, but you got Apple. That's the free shares that I get. That's it. One share. I am 100% in VU for the integrity of the show. So you know I'm not pumping and dumping. So you know I'm honest. There it is. All of my money is in the S&P 500. Would I like to buy more Coca-Cola on my main account? You're damn right I would. But for the integrity of the show, I've made the commitment that I'm not going to do that. That way you know exactly what's going on. If I started to have a bit of ear and bit over ear, people would lose direction. Sometimes I wonder why I bother, though, because people go, I don't know what's going on anyway. And I've had people coming in this morning saying they're sending me money on Cash App and they're friending people on Discord when every day I say don't do it. And sometimes I wonder, I just do what I want, make money. I could make more money if I didn't care. But, you know, if I can't be honest on the show and do something real, then there's no point doing it. Just because not everyone pays attention and understands it, that's not the point. I've still got to do what's right. You can't buy more. Of course I can. Of course I can buy more. I can buy as much as I want when when it's a full moon, says Zax8. Some people call me the space cowboy. Yeah, some call me the gangster of love. I'm loving it. Jenny B. Can you do AMD earnings after close on February the 4th? Okay, we got more people booking in earnings. Let me have a look. February the 4th. Okay, let's have a look. February the 4th, AMD. Let's have a look, see if I can do that for you. AMD earnings. Let's have a look. This is February. I can do 4 a day. Once they're gone, they're gone. Available February the 4th after hours. Yep, that's going in. Here we go then. So that's AMD Feb 4 after hours. Okay. Yep. That's now booked in. Jenny, that is now booked in. So far, it should be below 8, and it will be a correction when yes, it's way too expensive where it is now. People just keep buying this trendy stuff, and it's not good investment strategy for me. I wouldn't do it, but there you go. I'm, doing things the right way, I believe, anyway. No entry to the moon on a full moon nights. Pfizer stock is doing well today. So what's the deal with the crash? Why can't EE take advantage of? I don't understand the question. Hello, everyone. What did you mean about SMCI? SMCI and Nvidia. AI was all dumped today. We know why. Now's the time to buy it, not when you were buying it. Morning so funny of a sudden DeepSeek. What a rigged load of nonsense. Yeah, we'll come on to it in a minute. Space Cowboy, one black swan, and that's 10 years will be in 15. Bard effects, I'm not sure I know what that means. I got a coffee here, lovely. DeepSeek. If DeepSeek is true, which is iffy, being from China, it will mean cheaper for companies to install AI and it'll be more profits long term. Can you cover the news? I sent you a lot in SMCI Discord. I can't. Yes, I can cover some of it. I can't cover all of the news. I'll do the best I can. Why could a company like TPL be so far down today? Volatility with uncertainty with Trump on Wednesday. Simple as that. That's it. Jerome Powell, Trump on Wednesday. Simple as that. Tell us one time you were wrong and lost. Tell us one time you were wrong and lost money. I lost money when I started. When I bought Virgin Galactic and Virgin Orbit, I lost $30,000 when I started. And then I learned to continue to learn. And now I've rebalanced my portfolio last year, and I've never lost since. 19 trades, 19 wins. You have to lose to learn. It's as simple as that. Right. Okay, let's try and do some of this news for you. So first of all, if you've just tuned in, tap the like button. Let's get busy. Let's get busy first of all. You ready? Has everyone subscribed to the channel? We are heading towards 62,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers by the summer. We're doubling our rate of growth every month. We're outperforming nearly all financial channels. 100,000 by the summer. It's very, very exciting. So right now, we've got to get busy. This is a channel for busy people, not people who mess about. All right, here we go. We need 100 likes in 1 minute. Are you ready? Let's go. Let's get the news out. 217 watching. Boom. Here we go. This is our second show of the morning. We've just done SoFi earnings. 221 watching now. Okay. 22 likes. Boom. We need to get that to 100 likes in 1 minute. Let's refresh it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 22 is now 52. Okay, let's go, 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 go. Everyone tap the like button. We've got lots to cover. We've got Nvidia. We've got deep whatever it is. I'll cover it in a minute. We've got Jerome Powell. We've got the Fed. We've got more earnings. We've got SIRI earnings, Pfizer earnings, AMD, Coca-Cola earnings. More people are booking in events now. It's first come, first serve. 100 likes. Let's go, 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 go. Happy thoughts. I'm loving it. This is coming up now. Thank you very much indeed. Let's go, go, go. Right, we need 100 likes in 1 minute. We're nearly 1 minute now, 52. We're now up to 77. We're on the way. Okay, here we go. 13 more, and then we'll get the party started with Nvidia and all the news. I've got it all for you. We've got Nvidia, forward earnings. This is all the news we're going to cover. DeepSeek, yes. China. Oh, look at all these people. No idea what they're doing, rubbing their heads. Stress, drama. Don't be a trader. Be an investor. Who'd want to be a trader? Who'd want to be a trader? All right, okay. Just a few more likes to go, and then we can start the main show. This is really cool. Sensei's over on the extra channel doing all the charts for XRP this morning. Look at that happening right now on the restream. What you missed last night. That's the extra channel. Shall I give you the link? There's the link for extra. You can be watching what's going on with XRP on the extra channel live. Restream right now. There I am live in the studio, and we're playing back what Sensei did last night. Okay, many of you missed it. All right, 77 likes. Let's refresh it. I want to get on with the news. We've got now 85, 15 likes to go. Yes, countdown, 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That'll do for me. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. We got to 86. 86, I believe. Let me refresh the screen. Not too bad. Not that great, though. We want to get things moving. We've got high expectations of everyone here involved. Okay, let's get to it. Thank you very much for... Oh, if you do a super sticker, it doesn't share it on the screen. It only shares super chats on the screen if you want them read out and so on and so forth. But thank you very much for your super sticker. Happy thoughts. Ed... Good morning. Ed wants to be the trader here. Yes, Ed is our trader, but be very careful being a trader. It's very difficult. Requires a lot of knowledge and information, which, of course, you can get from Ed Nevius. You are the best. Thank you very much indeed, Pascal. I like being a trader. Yes, he does, and he's very successful at it. Come out and say he can do better. Come out and say he can do better. No idea what that means. All right, there we go. Jeff, good morning. Wow, amen. 8,000 starting my day on my options. Happy week, everyone. Can you explain how they're using DeepSeek to bring the market down? I'm confused. I'll explain it all. I'll explain it all here live on the show. 96 likes. We're just about, we've got 4 more to go, and then we'll be suggested on YouTube, and more people will know what's going on today. All right, let's do some videos for you. So let's start off with, we did that earlier. Let me just put this out, and then we'll start. Lots to cover for you. Right, okay, here we go. Let me see how this is working. Okay. I'm just, there are people wanting to watch the SoFi earnings. If you missed it earlier on, it's just going out now as a premiere video. I've now enhanced it, uploaded it. Optimized the audio, upgraded it to 4K so you can hear better and enjoy the stream better. I guess. I hope you will anyway. Right, there you go. That's that. I'm gonna publish it, and here we go. I'm gonna put that out now. There are people trying to watch this, so public, set as a premiere. There we go. Schedule, set as a premiere. January the 27th. It's gonna go out now. It's going to go out at 9. Should I do it? Do it now. No point waiting, really, is there? 8:56. There you go. 8:56, which is in 2 minutes from now. Done. Set up Premiere. It will bring you back to the main show, which is here. Go. Save. Go. Okay. So we're putting out the premiere now of SoFi. If you want to hear all about the fintech company, the finance sector, which is our #1 sector right now, along with defensives. That's now just gone out. If you are looking to get that, if you want to watch that first, I've just put that out. There it is. This is the event. This is premiering in 60 seconds. This is now optimized. If you've not yet seen SoFi, I've just put the SoFi earnings out. There it is. You can jump in there. Let me give that a like. And some of you, I know there are many of the Lucasades who want to support this, who they'll open 2 windows at the same time. We have the trophy, the best trophy, people that win trophies for supporting the show. There'll be those that will do that. So there you go. I'll put that I'm live back here as well right now. So here's the live show. We're talking about Nvidia in a minute. So let me just put that under the video. That's about the premiere. Okay, live. Oops. Next. Live. Whoops, a daisy. Live. There you go. Put that there. Pin that to the top. So when you see the show, you can come straight to the next one. Put that in the chat for you as well. It's live chat, of course. This premiere is about to start. There you go. Pin that to there. Okay, and what I'll do is just jump into the video as well and put next live. Next live. There you go. That's now. See, it's all published in 4K for you. So I've upgraded it from what you hear them do when they do their own earnings. Right, that's all out now. Brilliant. Okay, let's cover the news. Let's cover the news. Let's cover the news. How do you do? Right. Let's get started with Sirius. We put that out. Pfizer. Let me record this. So I'm making all your videos for you now. So this is what you want. Pfizer. PF. Pfizer. Let me double check this. February the 4th. I'm going to cover all your news, so stand by. February the 4th, pre-market. Yeah, that's good. Good. Okay. So we've got PFE, and this is, what's the time now? The time is make sure I got this right. 26 minutes. Here we go. 26. Okay, so February the 4th. Pfizer, ticker symbol PFE, pre-market, February the 4th. We'll be there covering the earnings for you. We're doing 4 earnings a day now. We're right in the middle of earnings season. 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening. We have the main channel and the extra channel. You can have your earnings by becoming a member of this channel, and a minimum $5 super chat will cover the earnings. Do a promotional video like this, and you'll see it rank #1 on Google, on YouTube. We rank #1 on YouTube for most of the stocks we cover, so more people will learn about your stock, and we often rank #1 on Google as well. So Pfizer, a very interesting stock. I like this one. J&J, Pfizer, my favorite businesses. They are in my defensive positions. I do believe in these wholeheartedly, especially now as we've only got 10% left of the S&P this year, and that's it for the year, and then pull back 5%. So really, is it worth buying the S&P right now? Well, not for me, it's not. For everybody buying new, of course it is, but for not for me. I've been buying for a long time. I'm way up on my positions, and nearly, well, it won't be long now before I hit $300,000, a third of a million. So for me now, I'm in holding all my S&P. I'm just not buying any more. But defensive stocks like Pfizer, Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, J&J, they're all going to outperform, along with the financial sector this year. And you can see it already happening on my Roth IRA. This is the evidence of it. This is my Coca-Cola. All of it, Coca-Cola, you can see how it's outperforming the S&P. No surprise, we've been saying it for years. So anyway, Pfizer, we're covering the earnings on February the 4th. Join us for that. We'll cover the official earnings and then debate afterwards, and then it'll go out as its own video as well. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. You can also book an earnings. I think later in the day, we're having AMD after hours on the main channel. There are still another 2 spots available for February the 4th if you'd like to book an earnings. Super thanks as a comment, minimum $5. Tell me what you want and I'll do it for you, or a super chat during a live show. Over here, I'll put the Pfizer playlist. We've reviewed the stock many times, lots of information, and we'll put that up there. Down here, I shall put the Pfizer earnings itself. We'll cover it live. Until next time, as always, can you afford to miss it? I don't think so. Real investors study balance sheets and watch the earnings. That's how I'm always making money. 19 trades, 19 wins. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. Pfizer, AMD, then AMD, February the 4th after hours. Okay, here we go, AMD. We're going to come on to all the AI news in a moment, so stand by for all of that. That's down today, no surprise. The S&P coming straight back up again. My S&P doing, my Roth IRA doing great as expected. AMD, here we go. Okay. Let's do this next. Okay. AMD, tech down. Is it a surprise? Not really. Uncertainties are everywhere. One, China. With what's going on today with China. Is it all utter rubbish? Most of it is. We're going to cover it on our live show this morning. Then you've got Jerome Powell on Wednesday, the FOMC report. We're going to cover that live as well. You've got Donald Trump going after Jerome Powell. What a lot of nonsense. That isn't going to happen, but everyone's fearful. What's going on? What's going on with tariffs? Well, we're already starting to see the first unwinding of a tariff. I think it was Guatemala did a deal for what was it now? Asylum seekers or whatever it was, something like that. And Donald Trump said, okay, now you've taken these people, we're not going to do the tariffs. It's all a bit of drama at the moment. The euphoria is over and everyone's getting freaked out. It's a great opportunity for investors. It's quite laughable to watch the way the market doesn't have a clue what it's doing. It just allows real investors to buy more. I love it. I love the red days. So AMD, we're going to cover AMD on February the 4th after hours. We're doing 4 earnings a day. If you want us to cover an earning and rank number 1 for the stock, become a member of our channel. Links in the chat for everybody watching this live. I make all my videos live because I'm live 12 hours a day. When would I sleep otherwise? Become a member, $5 super chat or a super thanks under a video. What is a super thanks? Do you know what a super thanks is? This is a super thanks. It's when you comment to a video and your comment will be highlighted. I'll pin it to the top. Everybody will see it. And that's what a super thanks is. And that's how some people are booking in their earnings. We're fully booked all the time, by the way. It's pretty crazy. So this is another one that was booked in. This is AMD, booked in by Stacey Bailey this morning. February the 4th, after hours, AMD. We'll be covering it live with full analysis and debate. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. Over here, I shall put, what shall I put? The playlist for AMD. We've reviewed the stock. All the earnings will be up here. And the earnings that you want to see, of course, the latest one will be down here, February the 4th, after hours. Don't forget to tune in on Wednesday for the FOMC report. It's going to get extremely volatile. I can't wait to see how Donald Trump makes Jerome Powell slash rates. It's going to be hilarious to watch. Tune in for that one. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Okay, AMD, Coca-Cola. Let's have a look right now. Coca-Cola is next. And then we've got, yep, that's good. That's good. That's good. We've got our Nvidia in a minute. Coca-Cola. We're getting everything done. Coca-Cola. All right, here we go. Then Coca-Cola. This is February 11th. Okay. Breaking news here on Martyn Lucas Investor. Hate to say I told you so. No, I don't. I own it. I enjoy telling you so. It's nice because the markets are selling off and our Roth IRA is going up with stocks we've been saying for over a year would go up, that they were sleeper stocks. J&J, Pfizer, Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, all of these were oversold, particularly Coca-Cola, by the way. And I've been buying it on my entire Roth IRA is Coca-Cola. Now, the reason for telling you this, other than gloating, which is fine, I enjoy gloating. Why not? I just tell you how it is. I'm not here to make up stories. I'm just here to give you the real information. Take it or leave it. I'm not here to make friends, but I am here to entertain, educate, support, and tell the truth always. So Coca-Cola is up to date. Why is it up? Well, it's up because it was oversold and it's going to outperform the S&P. I've been saying that for a year. But the reason for making this video and sitting here and talking to you right now is because you booked it in. One of our members booked it in. If you are a member, they booked in an earnings for $5. If you're a member, you can book in an earnings and get this promotional video. On February 11th, we're going to cover Coca-Cola for the earnings. It's going to be fantastic. I cannot wait to hear what they're doing, and the guidance going forward is going to be great, and the lovely dividends and everything else. This is going to outperform the S&P come October when we retrace back again. From the S&P. Tech is all done right now. There's more to go, but I'm not buying it anymore. There's no need until it dips 20%. Coca-Cola, the earnings, don't miss it. We've got Coca-Cola earnings coming up. We have got Jerome Powell on Wednesday. This Wednesday, I think it's 29th. The 29th of January. Join us for that. Jerome Powell's going to be attacked by Donald Trump live on stage and say, bring the rates down. Join us. It's going to be fun to watch, right? Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. Over here, the Coca-Cola playlist. You can't afford to miss it. Down here is the event itself, Coca-Cola earnings. Where else you're going to be to learn about the economy, the markets, the real earnings, and what's really going on with your money. If you understand what's going on, you always make money. I never lose on my positions. 19 trades, 19 wins. That's it. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. Okay, Coca-Cola, Landbridge. Landbridge. Okay, Landbridge. We're going to come on to the Nvidia in a moment. Stand by. I'm just doing all the members' requests. These are the priorities for the show, as 98% of our live viewers are members. Okay. Right, so here we go, Landbridge. Landbridge down 10% today. Wow, what's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. I know what's going on and what we're going to do about it, how you can win. That's the most important thing. Landbridge, February the 26th, 1 month from today. Pretty much, we're going to cover the earnings. How did this happen? One of our members requested it. If you pay a $5 super chat, we'll cover the earnings, make a promotional video, and we'll cover Landbridge. Now, Landbridge, as well as TPL, mainly TPL, one of my favorite positions, if not the best business in the world. TPL is anyway. Why? Because it just owns the land of Texas. Why is that so important? Well, if you own the land of Texas in the way that TPL does, particularly, Landbridge is very similar. Everyone who works on your land pays you money. I like that. Do you not fancy owning America in the most growth potential area, Permian Basin, particularly with TPL. Why is that so important? Well, Donald Trump's best mate, Elon Musk, now wants to build data centers, solar panel fields, oil wells, more drilling, all of this stuff, all going to be going on Landbridge and TPL. That's great, right? Yes, of course it's great. Why is it going down then? Well, because we've got volatility before the rise. Stocks like this, great assets like this, sell off to buy back. Right now, we've got Donald Trump now threatening tariffs. Oil prices are volatile. We are going to enter a super cycle, though, as we learned from our guest Joseph Shasta recently, who is our commodities expert, who calls into the show and tells us all about oil. We're about to enter an oil super cycle. So these stocks go down just to go up. We've got volatility with Jerome Powell on Wednesday. Is Donald Trump gonna walk on stage and demand rates to be dropped? Of course not. Just a bit of entertainment. But however, he's putting pressure on Jerome. Is it pressure though? No. Jerome Powell couldn't care less. He's doing a job. He's doing a good job. Rates are coming down. Inflation's coming down. He's not going to be bullied into reducing rates by Donald Trump. It's not going to happen. But of course, it presents the markets opportunity to dump and sell all the stories, all the news, all the drama, all over CNBC, all over Bloomberg. Everyone's going, oh my God, now China's taking over the world with its AI. All rubbish, all nonsense, and I love it. I love the red day. So Landbridge Company, you got to cover this. You got to watch this, because if you don't know what the oil fields are doing, if you don't know what the land of Texas is doing, or anywhere else for that matter, you shouldn't be investing. You should be in a casino giving your money to the Bellagio, all right? Or just throw it in the fountain. You might get a bit of good luck for doing that. However, you might like to read the balance sheet and study the earnings, as I prefer to do. So join us on February the 26th. February the 26th, Landbridge Company, we're going to cover the earnings. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. Can you afford to miss Jerome Powell's event on Wednesday? The FOMC report? I don't think so. Volatility crazy. If you are a trader, you'll love it. If you're an investor, nice 20% drop. Anything's possible. I'll be buying even more. Over here is the Landbridge playlist. I've done a whole playlist on Landbridge because I've reviewed the stock. I've done it many times. I've covered the earnings up here. Down here, the Landbridge earnings. We'll be covering that. That's the actual event itself. That's it from me. Become a member and book in your own earnings and promotional videos. We rank #1 on Google and YouTube, so you might as well, right? I mean, more people to learn about your business. That's it from me. Fantastic. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. Okay, and our last one, finally, we're down to the last one. These are all members' reviews that have been booked in the last couple of days by people who want me to do all their reviews. Okay, here's the last one. This was booked in ahead of time because we're always fully booked. You can't, I mean, pretty much everything is fully booked all the time now. So 4 a day. Here's our next one. And then we can get on with our main story. Blackberry. Okay, here we go. Blackberry earnings. Yep, ages away, right? April the 2nd. Oh my God, that's ages. Why are we talking about it in January? The reason we're talking about it in January is because everyone's booking earnings up on the show. We're getting fully booked with earnings, 4 a day. Why? Why would anyone become a member and pay $5 for me to do the earnings for their favorite stock? Well, because we rank #1 for nearly all the stocks we cover on YouTube. That's right. We're doubling our rate of growth every month. We aim to be the most honest, real live TV channel in the world. That's my aim. And I'm going to work up to 15 hours a day now through earnings season until I accomplish that mission with an army of creators. You've got Sensei, there's more coming on online all the time. So Blackberry, it's way off to talk about it too much, so I haven't got a lot to say. So I won't say very much. I'll just end the video and just invite you to join us on Wednesday for the whatchamacallit. Yes, the FOMC report with Jerome Powell. It's going to give you opportunity to trade. Simple as that. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. Over here, we have the Blackberry playlist. We always review the stock. Many analysis, charts, and so on will all be up there. Down here, the Blackberry event itself. Join us for the event, which is months away. It's April the 2nd, but people are booking these ahead because they're all fully booked, and that's the only way you can get an earnings on the show. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. All right, Blackberry, we've done all our promotion videos. Great. Come back to the Roth IRA. That's up. Come back to this. What's going on here? I've got a notification from Robinhood. Let me check this. Yes. Okay, come back to there. That's all good. Right, now then we can get on with the news. Let me read your comments first of all. Now, I may have missed a comment from somebody, something you want shared on screen, something that's important, you've got a question, you've got a concern. If you do, then I'm going to put this, I'm going to go to members only for the next 5 minutes. This way, anyone who has a question or a comment that didn't get it answered, didn't get it shared on the screen, now repeat your comment or question. That way, all my members get a voice. Everyone gets heard. No one gets left behind. All right? So now ask your questions again as we cover the news. Mike, good morning to you. Thank you very much indeed. I'm going to give that some love. Thank you, Mike, in the breakfast bar on Discord. Lovely stuff. What else have we got there? Safa has sent me loads of information on SMCI. I can't cover SMCI at the moment. I've got, I know you're a member, but I've got to focus on super chat requests already, but I will come back to it as soon as I can. So I'll leave that open. Let me see how the Premier is doing for SoFi. Very well indeed. Yep, that's playing over there. Yep, there's the SoFi earnings going out live now. Just making sure that everyone is okay with that. Yep, that's working. Very, very good. I can see we've got some of the Lucasades who are restreaming it, who are playing it at the same time. I can see that. Thank you. Right. Let's get on to Nvidia and the news of the day. So when did you... So now I'm in members only mode. I can answer your questions. Did you say you had space for an earnings this evening? Space? No. I have no earnings booked this evening at all. None booked at all tonight. If you want an earnings for tonight, this is the choice that you've got. There is no earnings booked for tonight. Oh, did you say you had space? Oh, I do. I do have a space. Did you say you have a space for an earnings? Yes, I do. I have nothing booked. So tonight, after hours, these are the earnings. NUE, BRO, ARE, ELS, AGNC, WAL, WRB, GG, CR, WSFS, SBCF, SFBS, SNAM, PCH, TRNS, HBCP, NBTB, EFSC, MRTN, PFBC, FSBC, and HMST. There are 2 spaces available tonight if you'd like to book that. So you can book that. It's $5 and it's a member. Tomorrow we have for you, I'm not going to go for all of these, but you can see them on the screen. If these are any of your favorites, there are spots available tomorrow as well. So you can pick 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening. Scrolling through, these are the ones in the center here. These are the morning, and these are after hours. If you see any of your favorite businesses, let me know. And if you want to book an earnings, you've got to be quick. Do it right now, and I will make your promotional video right now. I want to get on with the news, but there they are. Wadey, what did you want? Wadey, here we go. This is how it works. That's after hours. Okay. It's just coming in now. AGNC. AGNC. Let me confirm the time. Available today after hours. Yeah. Yeah. That will play in a moment, or at least it should do. Let me put that on the screen. Confirmed. Yeah. That should play in a moment. Anyway, let's do that next. AGNC. Right. If you make a request now, I won't be making a video straight away. I've got to get on with the news of the day. Okay, AGNC. And that's tonight. AGNC. Jan 27. Okay. AGNC investment, ticker symbol AGNC. After hours tonight. This has just been booked by one of our members. This is a very, very important sector. We like this sector. We've been talking about it a lot. We're going to cover the earnings tonight. Very important going into the FOMC report on Wednesday with Jerome Powell. Of course, we're going to cover that. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. I'll put it there for you. This was just booked in by one of our members a few seconds ago. If you are a member of our channel and you do a $5 super chat minimum, we get to book your event in for you. So there it is. That's from Wadey, just booked in. We'll be covering that after hours tonight. We could do 4 earnings a day. All right, 2 on the main channel, 2 on the extra channel. Over here, I shall put the AGNC playlist. We've reviewed all this stock before. There'll be a whole playlist of stuff we've done before, analysis and so on. And down here, the event itself. You cannot afford to miss it. Learn about the business that you invest in and get a video like this, which will rank #1 on Google and YouTube. What more do you want? Pretty good, right? That's it from me. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. All right, AGNC. That's done as well. Now we can finally move on. Let's refresh the screen. The time is 49 minutes. $49. Okay, there it is. Thank you, Martin. You're very welcome. Thanks. It's a high dividend payer, so I'm interested to see how they're doing. Great. You'll find out tonight, mate. I may follow her in stocks and get out of crypto. Invest in XRP. Follow her. Who's her? Who are you following? Follow her. Who are you talking about? No idea what you mean. Right, let's come back to what's going on today. Okay. So, first thing we need to talk about is this. Right. Okay. Where do I start this morning? Okay, let's start with the overall thing here. NVDA. Let's start with this, shall we? All right. Okay. Breaking news here on Martyn Lucas Investor. What a day. As predicted, though. We like days like this. What's going on? Let's go deep into what's going on. We've got lots of information to share with you. Information that you can only get if you pay premium services like I do. So I bring them to you so you don't have to. But I'll also give you the link so you can get this information as I get it ahead of schedule. We're talking about Nvidia, we're talking about AI, we're talking about China. This story just broke a few seconds ago. I've got it literally within 1 second of it breaking. We're going to talk about Elon Musk, Nvidia. We've got the forward PE for Nvidia just to calm down everyone's nerves a little bit. Going to be talking about that. We're talking about what's going on in China with all this stuff. It's a ChatGPT moment. But is it all out of rubbish? DeepSeek freak out the markets. It's a golden buying opportunity. Spoiler alert, that is the angle I'm going. People rubbing their heads. None of it's necessary. None of this is necessary. No drama is needed here. We're always making money, and it's very, very simple. Let's go into it. If you want this full breakdown of Nvidia and the full breaking news and everything that's going on, smash the like button. Have you done it? Have you smashed? And the reason why I say this, it's so important because if you smash the like button, I've got a little button here and I always forget where it is. Here it is. Here it is. If you smash the like button, you make the little fellas happy. There you go. Smash the like button for the little fellas. It's really important. And then, of course, we can all look over the charts and go all over the numbers and all that stuff and see if we can make money. But most importantly, tap the like button. If you do that, I don't know, it just helps. It's just nice. Start the day by doing something nice. And now you've liked it, you might as well subscribe, right? Well, you might as well. I mean, you've watched it. You're watching all the videos we do. How do I know that? Because we rank #1 for most of the stocks. So you're watching it. We're doubling our rate of growth every month. Join the Lucasade Army. Nvidia, what's going down? Is this a buying opportunity? Should I make you wait until the end of the video or should I just tell you straight away? I'll tell you straight away. It is. Can it go lower? Definitely. It can go as low as $100. We've been saying that for how long? So long, I'm tired of saying it. But 123 is great. We've been spot on with this business all the way through. We said it would do 140 going to earnings. We said it would do 150 on CES. All of those things happened. Every single one of those things happened. And now we're saying again about the sell-off. In fact, let me start from the beginning and let me bring you all the news, right? We have said repeatedly, and I don't care if it upsets you or you don't like it, telling you the truth is what we do. We're not here to make friends. We're here to tell you the truth. I never lose money. I'm always making money. 19 trades, 19 wins. I don't do that because I always believe one side of the aisle. When I walk into a library, I go both sides. I read what both people are saying, not fill my head with what Biden's saying or fill my head with what Trump was saying and nothing else. I like to know what's going on. So we're going to tell you now what's going on. Before I give you all the news on Nvidia and all the things that Elon Musk is saying and all the rest of it and DeepSeek and God knows what else, we need to remind ourselves first in the backdrop for this and why this has happened right now. First of all, Donald Trump. And I'm not pro-Trump, I'm not against Trump, so don't switch off. If you do switch off now, you like comic books, I would suggest you go and read comic books and YouTube thumbnails to learn how to invest. For real investors, you're still with me, all right? But I do see this all the time. He mentioned the word Trump. I don't think he likes Trump. I'm turning off. Bugger off then. Not interested in what you have to say or think. I'm here to help investors, not gamblers and people that just believe whatever they're told. Fact of the matter is, Donald Trump is in power, which is great. Pro-business. Pro-business. The markets like it. There was a euphoria when he entered the market. Everybody went, oh my God, it is brilliant. Donald Trump's in power. Bye, 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 bye. And everybody went crazy until they didn't. And then sat at the dinner table, Donald Trump released his coin and dumped it on everybody. Melania dumped it, and then Barron, his son, was gonna do one as well, and they stopped it. We had that information from the floor of the dinner. Unbelievable. It was too obvious. We can't keep dumping it on people. What actually happened, and it's important to understand this because it's part of this Nvidia story. People were over leveraged with Bitcoin and XRP and others, went too much. Then they started going, oh, hang on a minute, pro-Trump, pro-crypto, pro-Bitcoin. Trump's got his own coin. I got to buy it. They didn't buy it when it went down. They bought it when it went up. What did they do? They sold all their XRP. Now, the people that borrowed money on XRP and Bitcoin got leveraged out, so it went down even further. Then we got this kind of crash going on. The very opposite of a short squeeze. Absolute nonsense. And then everyone started to buy Trump. Up it went until at the dinner table, they actually sold it. We've got that verified. People were telling me through Instagram and my X account, they were actually selling it at the table. It's hilarious. So down it went. All right. And now everyone's going, oh my God, it's dumping. Now what do we do? Buy back XRP, because let's be honest, it's a real asset. Trump doesn't do anything, right? It's just, it's even told you himself, it's just a fun thing to celebrate the day. Celebrate the day? Yeah, for him, he made millions at the dinner table where you lost all your money. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I can't think of anything better way to celebrate a start of a presidency. Anyway, that's what happened. Down it went. Everybody then was running around trying to buy stuff. That was the beginning of the chaos. That was the beginning of the chaos. All right, so let's just put that on the screen and remind ourselves the beginning of the chaos. Official Trump, yeah, it's up today, 3%, but it's down 49% on the week. All right, say no more. What's the point? All right, we all know that. At least anyone who reads stuff does. Anyway. So that's what happened, okay? I've just seen someone down like it. Off you go and read your comic book. He's saying something about Trump. I don't like that. Well, good. Just donate more of your money to him then, fine. But as investors, we don't do that. Right, that started the drama. Then we've got the drama of crypto, right? What's going to happen with that? Can Donald Trump save Bitcoin? Well, of course he can't. Everybody wants it to be decentralized, and then they want a government to save it. Think about it for a minute. The hypocrisy of the stupidity of that. Anyway, after that, we had the tariff issues. Who's going to get a tariff? China don't like all of that. Well, of course they don't. Is it a surprise we've heard all about this DeepSeek just at the moment when tariffs are starting to be settled? I believe it was Guatemala last night who've had their tariffs already go away because they're taking some asylum seekers from Trump. And Trump said, thank you very much. I appreciate it. So you don't have to pay tariffs anymore. What he's doing is using it as a big stick. All right, as a big stick to negotiate with. Most of it isn't going to happen. So what it does for real investors, it presents opportunity. On top of that, we got Jerome Powell being told by Donald Trump, you've got to bring the rates down. I'm going to come on stage and tell you so. He's not going to walk on stage. He's not going to tell Jerome Powell to bring the rates down. He might send him an email and say it, but Jerome Powell couldn't care less. He's running the Fed. Inflation's coming down. Everything's as it should be. We don't want a rate cut. In fact, a rate pause would be perfect, and that's what we're going to get, in my opinion. And a couple of rate cuts next year, and everything will be fine. So all of that at the same time as the market's going down because of China and Elon Musk piling in. So let's talk about that right now. Let's start with, where should we start? Where should we start with Nvidia? There's so much to talk about. Nvidia. Let's start with Musk. I don't know, he's popular, isn't he? You've heard of him. Musk agrees with Scale AI CEO, suggesting DeepSeek has more Nvidia chips. All right, there's lots of this dispute now. Are they using Nvidia chips? What's going on? Well, does it really matter? Okay, Tesla CEO Elon Musk seemed to agree with CEO of Scale AI, Alexandra Wang, suggesting that China's DeepSeek has about 50,000 H100 Nvidia chips, which they can't talk about due to US export controls. It's hilarious. Hang on a minute. I thought this was all bad news. They're using the chips anyway. But we can't talk about it. All right, okay. Is this a game to drive the market down? Yep, it is. And everyone fell for it. I love it. Great time to load up on Nvidia. I'm just saying. Could it go lower? Yeah, it could. It could go lower. But, don't trade Nvidia. Own it. Own the business, all right? My understanding is that DeepSeek has about 50,000 H100s, which they can't talk about, obviously, because it is against the export controls that the US has put in place. It's hilarious. It's like a game of bloody idiots running around making up stories. Oh, well, yeah, we do. I can't tell you about it, though, right? Anyway, sell the stock. Sell it. It's all going down the toilet. Anyway, I think it is true. I think it is true that they have more chips than other people expect. But on a go forward basis, they are going to be limited by the chip controls and the export controls that we have in place. Wang said in January 23rd interview with CNBC. Musk replied, obviously, to a post from a user who had posted Wang's interview on his feed on January the 24th. Shares of Nvidia fell 11% on Monday and were among other tech stocks which were in the red. If you understand how the stock market works, this is bloody great. This is absolutely brilliant. Right, look at the forward PE. Look at the forward PE for Nvidia, 48.3, and it hasn't updated yet. It's probably about 30 now, right? This is phenomenal. It's not that much more. If it comes down to about 30, which I wouldn't be surprised at this rate, we're going to be like a little bit. I think the S&P is like 22. We're going to be like the S&P. Oh, dear, oh, dear. It's a great business. Nvidia, if you don't know why you bought it by now, then you shouldn't have bought it, and that's your fault, all right? I mean, at the end of the day, you shouldn't have bought it. Growth is fantastic. Profitability is fantastic. Momentum's fantastic. Provisions is fantastic. Valuation F, right? This was done because they say it's now. This is a few weeks ago, all right, when it was, in the CES and it was 150, 160, whatever. This is a little bit out of date. You have to understand this. Now, if you like the fact that I've got news here that is just broken seconds ago, you might like to get my Alpha Spread and Seeking Alpha. I'll put the link in the chat. I'll also put it below the video. You can get it. And if you use my referral, you get free trials, free discounts. Without it, you pay the full price and you get on with it. I always bring my members the best service, always. If people don't offer me the best deals, better than they give anyone, I don't have it. I mean, I don't have it, right? I want better than Meet Kevin. I want better than Bloomberg, CNBC. I'm not joking. I'm being very, very serious about that. So if you want the stuff, click on the link or don't. It doesn't bother me. Right. China's ChatGPT tech moment. Tech stocks fall as the US lead in AI race may be at risk. Do you think so? Do you think Nvidia is about to be taken over by the Chinese rip-offs? Do you think? Well, you could think that. You could think that. I'll just remind you back to the way the markets behave ridiculously. Do you remember just a few months ago, do you remember all those flipping idiots who borrowed money they can't afford in Japan because the rates were cheap and they over-leveraged to buy tech stocks? They got all excited. And then we had the carry trade. The market went down because Japan went, we're going to put rates up. What happened? Everyone... It's like virtually guaranteed. They put the rates up, so everybody then would get leverage and short and margin called, which they did. All of the US stocks went down, which they did. What did the real investors do, like me? They bought it. It was brilliant. What happened then? Went straight back up again. Absolutely brilliant. We're now getting the same sort of nonsense with Chinese stocks and do they or don't they use the chips and all the rest of it. But we can't tell you because Trump says we're not allowed to tell you because we got tariffs and we got laws and we got the... Oh, God. The artificial intelligence race has taken a surprising turn. Not really. We predicted this about a year ago with Chinese AI startup DeepSeek's large language model outperforming American rivals and stirring up fears of China overtaking the US in the begoing new technology. We've got a startup about to take over Nvidia. Really? If you've bought Nvidia and you know why you've bought Nvidia, you know why you've bought Nvidia. That's all I'm going to say, right? I love all this. Oh, God. Who wants to read a comic book? You just read the stock market. These fears, along with high valuations, dragged technology stocks before the bell on Monday. The tech-heavy Nasdaq down, fell. Notable decliners, Nvidia, AMD, Meta, Amazon, Alphabet, Google, everybody. Think about this for a moment. So we got this new startup company that's come in from China, and now Tesla's rubbish. Google's rubbish. Meta's rubbish. Amazon's rubbish. Everyone's rubbish now. All of a sudden. Oh, God. Nvidia's rubbish. No, DeepSeek's R1 has outperformed models from established rivals like Microsoft. Microsoft's rubbish as well. Backed OpenAI, Meta, and Anthropic that have spent billions of dollars on scaling up their models. The Chinese startup success has raised doubts over these massive AI investments. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. I shouldn't be buying Nvidia. I want to buy DeepSeek now. I want to buy Chinese manipulated nonsense. I'm going to sell all my Tesla, all my Microsoft, all my Amazon. Do you know what? I'm going to stop buying stuff on Amazon and go to that other thing. What do they call it? Is it JD or whatever it is? I'm going to start buying all that. Well, that are rubbish. The new model is cost effective and runs on reduced capability chips, Saxo, an analyst noted. The development raises questions about the high valuations of leading AI companies like Nvidia and the investment case for the entire AI supply chain. Now, let's get back to brass tacks, right? It's perfectly acceptable to say Nvidia got expensive. It did, but it ain't now, all right? It ain't expensive now. Why is it selling now? No reason whatsoever other than crazy stock manipulation. Let's sell it. Let's buy it back. I bet you any money, I wouldn't be surprised if the CEO of DeepSeek is buying Nvidia. What a lot of rubbish. Anyway, it's not expensive. Look at the forward PE. Look at the profits. It's not expensive. If it carries on like this, it'll be the same price as the S&P. And I mean from the forward PE standpoint. Also, DeepSeek's LLMs have been developed despite US export controls to limit China's access to the advanced chips needed for AI work. DeepSeek's recent progress shows that the perceived lead the US once had has narrowed significantly, says Alvin Wang Graydon. Well, he would do, wouldn't he? a tech expert serving as a global VP at the Taiwanese firm HTC. The two countries need to pursue a collaborative approach to build advanced AI versus continuing on the current no-win arms race approach. It's not about an arms race. Nvidia are winning and will continue to win. I love this. DeepSeek, freak out. It's a golden buying opportunity for tech stocks, said Wedbush. Well, I agree with that. I agree with it. However, people aren't paying attention. They're waiting. They're thinking, well, when do I buy back? Well, just own it. This is not a tradable stock. This is an ownable stock, but people just don't understand that, right? Anyway, let's have a look. What did Wedbush say? What did they say? Let's have a look. The tech sell-off caused by the release of China's DeepSeek's R1 large language model and subsequent concerns over the cost of competing models from the US companies is likely to be a golden buying opportunity for investors, Wedbush Security says. Let's repeat that. The tech sell-off caused by the release of China's DeepSeek R1 large language model and subsequent concerns over the cost of competing model from the US companies is likely to be a golden buying opportunity for investors. Nvidia shares fell 11% in pre-market trading. Now, this is what really sums up investing for you. This is what sums up investing as opposed to traders. Shall we just focus on that just for a minute? I spend my day 12 hours a day, now 15 hours a day, because I'm doing earnings. Sitting here studying, making videos, being always live, being always real, talking to CEOs, interviewing CEOs, talking to hedge fund managers, talking to people that work at the companies, people at the dinner of the Trump via my Instagram, via my X, that I'm telling you what is going on, all right? That's what an investor does. However, a gambler, in fact, forget being a gambler, because a gambler, you could be a bit of a fun character. A gambler could be quite fun to watch. No, I'm going to go pain in the arse. Pain in the arses are people that do this. They watch my videos, they watch other videos, and they say the best thing in the world to buy is Nvidia. The best thing in the world to buy is Binky Bonk. The best thing in the world to buy is XRP. I know it's going to go up 1,000,000%. I know. And they message me, they troll me, they send me messages, they send me emails, they do all kinds of nefarious things. And quite frankly, they're just a pain in the arse because they're absolutely talking out of their arses. And I often comment, I message them back, send me the verification for the email of the information. They've got none. It's just a hunch, an opinion, a hunch based on what? Have you spoke to a CEO? No. Do you actually talk to anybody at Wall Street? No. Do you do? Do you even study videos? No, I just watch the thumbnails. Most of it's I watch the thumbnail. Oh my God. And I believe that XRP and Bitcoin and Binky Bonk and this and Fartcoin and Trump coin and all of it, rubbish. Pain in the arses, talking out of their arses. How many people have told me Nvidia, the best stock to buy? Brah, 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 brah. Rap, 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 rap. Until China come out and go, we got something better. Sell Nvidia. It's rubbish. Hang on a minute. You said it was brilliant 5 seconds ago. What's changed? Well, I've seen on YouTube there's some videos going around that China's taking over Nvidia and we should all taking over the world and Donald Trump's going to dye his hair green and I don't know, he's going to tell. I've even had people say Donald Trump's going to come on the stage on the FOMC report and demand the rates come down. Oh my God, there's actually a video about that. Unbelievable, right? So hang on a minute. So now I should get rid of my Nvidia. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Nvidia. But didn't you think Nvidia was brilliant a minute ago? Yeah, I did. But now I changed my mind. Because what? Have you read the balance sheet? Have the numbers gone down? Are the profits gone down? Are the customers gone down? Well, I don't know anything about that. I don't read that. But I've seen it on YouTube that China's taking over the world. Okay. You're not a troll, are you? A troll would be somebody would be like just nasty and horrible. You're just stupid. You're just a pain in the ass. Why am I even talking to you? You're a bloody idiot. Can you bugger off? That's basically what's going on. So, Nvidia shares down 11% pre-market, while Microsoft has a stake in generative AI startup OpenAI, fell 6%. Yeah, they're rubbish as well. OpenAI-linked stocks were also hit hard, including Broadcom, which lost 12%, while AMD tumbled 6%. Meta, Google fell... Clearly, tech stocks are under massive pressure, led by Nvidia. Hang on a minute. Let's get back to what makes flipping sense, right? Let's ignore all this bloody noise out of China and all these bloody idiots and all the people on Wall Street who are selling everything. Wall Street are not traders. Sorry, they're not investors. They don't care about you. They don't care about the country. They don't care about the flag. They're not patriotic. They're just money-grabbing, bloody, selfish, bloody traders. That's it, right? They've dumped everything because... that's what they do. And in a minute, when all the noise dies down, they'll all start buying back. Now, is this new? Is this suddenly happened out of the blue? Did this company just appear like it was never there yesterday? Of course it didn't just appear. It's always been there. It was always going to happen. How many times on my show, and I repeat, I should actually, I've got a button here that makes me go zoom in. Right, there we go. Let me zoom in. Right? Am I absolutely... I won't do that. Too much of that, all right? Can I make it absolutely clear? And I've said, and you can go and check all my videos for the last year, 2 years. We've said the same thing. The S&P, and I repeat, has overbought. Is it overvalued? No. Is it overbought? Yes, there is a difference. People have got euphoria. Donald Trump is going to save the world until he isn't. Donald Trump's going to save crypto until he isn't, because he can't, right? That's the very point you bought crypto, is it's not controlled by the government. That's the most ridiculous argument I've ever heard. But we've talked about that Nvidia will sell off. It can go down to $100 over and over again. Why? Is it rubbish? No, it's not rubbish. But it's because of volatility. It's because of uncertainty. It's because of what China are manipulating right now. We've been saying this for ages. This is not a surprise. What did I say a couple of days ago, live on my show? I have stopped buying the S&P. Stop buying it, even though it's going up today again. Oh, it's the end of the world. Right? It's going back up again. It oversold this morning. Everyone freaked out. And now it's going up. What have I said? Repeatedly, over and over again. You can go and check all my videos. I'm not buying the S&P anymore until it goes down 20%. People are going, well, why is that then? You're all in the S&P. Do you not believe in it anymore? Yes, I believe in the S&P. However, it's called risk management. It's called discipline. It's called being an investor. I bought it when it was down. Way, 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 way lower than this. Way lower. I haven't bought any shares now for a few weeks. All right? When we had the big drop with the Santa rally and this and that and the other. I'm way, 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 way up. I mean, if you look at my 1 year, does that look like a bad portfolio to you? Terrible, Nvidia, terrible. 26% I'm up this year, and I've lost about 6% or whatever it is in the last couple of days. I was actually up 30% 2 days ago. Am I bothered? Of course I'm not bothered. So, well, if it's down like this, why don't you buy more? Because it's down a little bit compared to where I bought it, right? There's not much left in it this year. And I repeat this over and over again until I get it into everyone's heads and everyone stop freaking out, because my job is to educate, entertain, but also, make people more of investors than gamblers or should I say, what was the word I used earlier? It was pain in the arses. That's it. Be not pain in the arses. The fact of the matter is, right, the S&P, and you can record it. You don't need to record it. It's on YouTube right now. Just replay it back in 6 months. The S&P, and I'll say this as clearly as I can, maybe has 10% left in it this year. Well, why don't I buy it? I can make another 10%. That's good. No. Because I'm already up 30, 40, 50%. You've got to have management. You've got to manage the margin. I'm already in with all my cash. I'm also in. I've got like $260,000 invested. I'm fully in. My margin position is fully in. I can't be more bullish, right? If it goes up 10%, which it will, then it'll retrace 5%. I've gained 5. But why don't you buy it now then, buy a bit more, and then sell it 10% up, and then you can buy more when it goes down 5%? No. Because if I buy it now at 10%, and I'm not going to be margin called, I can afford to spend another 20, 30 grand. I can buy another 20, 30 grand easily. No issue whatsoever. If I buy that and it goes up 10%, I don't know what the top is. Nobody does. So take that off the table. People try to predict the top. Then they predict the drop. When's it going to drop? No one knows. Do I know it's going to go down 5%? Well, of course I don't. But I've not been wrong yet since I've been doing all of this. I've been right every time predicting all of this. But can I be right every time? Yeah, all right. No, seriously, of course I can't. I can't be right every time. I'm not saying I'm not going to be right. I'm very confident I'm going to be right again. However, I don't know. So because I don't know, I have to build that into my strategy. Now, if we pull back 5%, which we will because we'll enter a bear market, we've been bull market now for 2.5 years, right? Way before Donald Trump was even nominated to rerun. We've been in a bull market for 2 years. We're not going to go on forever and ever and ever. There's going to be a pullback at some point, right? So if I buy now at 10 and come back to 5 and I pay 20% on the gains, I've made no money. I've made no money, even if I time it perfectly. Because I buy it now, it goes up 10%, then I go, oh, where do I sell it? Oh, I don't know. Is it here? And I start to sell it, then it goes down 5%, then I pay 20% on the gains because I've just sold it. And I've sold from the bottom, remember. My stocks that are making most money, so I paid a lot of tax, because they're like 40, 50% up. And now I'm deciding what to do. No, don't do any of that. Don't buy any more. You've got enough. Just wait for a big drop to come, which will come. If we get a big flash crash like today and it goes down 20%, now you can buy. Or there's some other nonsense that happens about inflation or whatever, then you can buy. But right now, focus on reducing my margin. So what do I do then? Just nothing? Well, that doesn't sound very interesting. Yes. Do nothing. Just because you can trade doesn't mean you should trade. And I've told you time and time again that when the market goes down, which it will, which it is, money will go into Coca-Cola, J&J, Pfizer, PepsiCo, which it is. There it is. It's beating the market. It's going to outperform the market this year. No question about it. It's already doing it. Bloody love it. Right, so all I got to do is keep hold of my Coca-Cola, which is the entire of my Roth IRA. When I get 1 or 2 quarters of earnings, which is about $199 a quarter, so I get about $400, and then we get about a 10-15% profit, which I will, because Coca-Cola on the earnings tells us that. We've covered the earnings. Then I'll buy back the S&P. Guess when? It pulls back in October. Hurrah! What a strategy. That was clever. Right, so I'll buy back the S&P just in time to get the extra dividends, because if you time Coca-Cola correctly, you can get the dividends from Coca-Cola, then buy the S&P and get it twice, so you can get two earnings. So about September, October, I'll buy back the S&P and we'll be good to go again. Now, by that time, I would have reduced my margin by maybe 30%, 40%. I can then buy a bit more if I want to, because why not? It's gone down a little bit. I'll buy a bit more. But buying it now is crazy. So, Nvidia, what a load of nonsense. The China, the nonsense, Donald Trump walking on stage telling Jerome Powell to lower the rates, blah, 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 all this nonsense and noise. It's all a lot of rubbish. And if you are a real investor, you are loving it. Shall we carry on with some more Nvidia news? Clearly, tech stocks are under pressure. We read that already, right? They continued while the model is impressive and it will have a ripple impact. The reality is that the Magnificent Seven and the US tech is focused on the artificial general intelligence endgame with all the infrastructure and the ecosystem at China, as especially DeepSeek, cannot come close in our view. That's correct. but there's no mention whatsoever. This is what makes me flipping laugh. Do you think, for a moment, for one fleeting moment, you're going to like this one, where is the money being made with Nvidia right now? It's being made with enterprise money. Who is buying from Nvidia right now? Who is the main customers for Nvidia right now? Could it be some Chinese company? Maybe. Or perhaps the biggest money is from Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Meta, the biggest companies, the most powerful companies on the planet. That's where most of its money is coming from. Do you think, for a moment, these great American companies are going to go, you know what? I think we're going to buy the Chinese chips instead. Hang on a minute. Don't they use Nvidia? Well, they do, yeah, but they... Can you imagine that? Nvidia is going nowhere. Microsoft is going nowhere. Google is going nowhere. It's all on sale right now. I bet I'm not even going to go into how many people are buying that Chinese DeepSeek today. Couldn't even care less. Not even going to show it on the screen. Let's come back to this a minute. DeepSeek cannot come close in our view. Spot on. The focus of AI right now is the enterprise. Oh, what? I just said that. See, look, I swear on my life, right? Obviously, that was on the screen, but I didn't see that. I've been talking about enterprise forever, right? It's really great when I say stuff and then, like, recognized an analyst and recognized the best people agree with what I just said. It just shows you that I understand what I'm talking about, right? I'm not just making this up. Because right in the next, where is it? In the next paragraph, it says, where is it? Where is it? I just read it on the screen somewhere. The end game with all the structure, ecosystem, China, DeepSeek cannot come close to our view. The focus on AI right now is the enterprise use. That's the key word right there. And case broader infrastructure propelling this $2 trillion of capex over the next 3 years. DeepSeek released its free open source large language model R1 in late December and claimed it has developed in 2 months at a cost of $5.57 million. However, a look at the research indicates that the aforementioned cost only includes the official training, I'm going to say. That is rubbish. If they are saying, DeepSeek is saying, this could be their shtick, right? DeepSeek released its free open source, and claimed it was developed in 2 months. Right, well, that's rubbish. That is rubbish. 5.57 million. That is rubbish. You have built the entire system for $5 million. What a load of nonsense. And of course, by claiming that, it kind of claims that everything's overbought with Nvidia and we can produce AI for 20 quid. We can do it in 5 minutes for 20 quid. This is typical China. You're going to end up with a lot of cheap, rubbish, unsustainable nonsense. Rubbish. That is the most ridiculous figure I've ever heard. And then it goes on to explaining it here. However, a look at the research indicates the aforementioned cost only includes the official training. Yeah, that was when we basically met in the canteen, and the CEO and I don't know, one of the clever guys, one of the sort of the geeky blokes sat down. We had a very expensive lunch, so we put that on the bill, right? And we had a little chat, and, the CEO pays himself $100 million a year. So, probably spent a couple of million in the meeting. You know what I'm saying? What a load of nonsense. And it excludes costs associated with prior research, ablation experiments on architectures, algorithms, and data. So basically, the 5.57 million, which they claim to be the entire expense for, that's amazing. Wow, Nvidia spent billions, but you did it for 5 million. Fantastic. I can't wait to buy this. DeepSeek, an offshoot of a Chinese hedge fund, said it uses Nvidia's H800 GPUs for roughly 2,700 hours. Despite that claim, Landbridge Security said it remains to be seen if DeepSeek found a way to work around the US export control curbs placed on Nvidia and other GPU makers. Others also expressed skepticism at the true costs and inputs associated with the model, including Bernstein and analyst Stacey Rasgon. As of a few days ago, the research paper had not been peer-reviewed. Nonetheless, DeepSeek's AI assistant has now supplemented ChatGPT as a top free app on the App Store. Oh, here we go. Another free app, which I won't be paying for. The launch of DeepSeek's model is impressive, but ultimately, it is not considered a competitive threat that is needed to continue building the broader AI infrastructure, Wedbush added. All right, okay, let's read some more. It's coming in thick and fast. All these people rubbing their heads. Dear, oh dear, what am I going to do? It's all over. NASDAQ plunges 4% of DeepSeek's panic slams AI names. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. You all rubbing your heads. You are the ones that drove the stock down. DeepSeek didn't do anything. DeepSeek released some information, which, as we delve into it, is nonsense. And you went, oh, well, I love Nvidia, but now I don't, so I'm going to sell it all. And now I'm going to rub my head and go, oh my God, why is it? This is panic. Well, you did it. You did it. You sold it. Idiots. Stock index futures tumbled Monday as concerns about the AI rally ramped up in the face of buzz about China AI startup DeepSeek sparking a risk-off move. That means take your money out. I'm out of here. I ain't going anywhere. NASDAQ futures tumbled. AI names like Nvidia, Supermicro were down more than 10%. Supermicro has not even filed its bloody case. Don't buy Supermicro. We keep talking about that. S&P futures down 2.3% and Dow futures down 1%, also lower. Market panics are common, and currently it is understandable with American exceptionalism in full force. Manish Kabra-led U.S. equities and multi-asset strategist at Associate General said, the Mag 5's NVIDIA plus its four top customers, i.e. Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and Meta, have contributed approximately 700 points to the S&P over the last 2 years. Correct. DeepSeek's R1 has outperformed models from established rivals like Microsoft, backed OpenAI, Meta, and Anthropic that have spent billions of dollars on scaling up their models. The Chinese startup success has raised doubts over these massive AI investments. There are many questions about the true cost of DeepSeek's AI rollouts, their capabilities, and the wide acceptability of their products. Cabra said, arguably, the onus may be on the hyperscalers to justify their capex projections, but on the top-down basis, we see that if more companies create productive ways of using AI, hyperscalers should also benefit from this. Absolutely. If cost-efficient ways can be created, this has to be a net positive. Yes, it is. In the bond market, rates plunged as cash moved to safety. The 10-year Treasury fell 13 basis points to 4.51. On the economic calendar, December, whatever. So what you've got now, you've got bonds going down and yields going down. Get ready for the buyback. I'm loving it. Let me bring you something else. Let me show you this one. China's Aurora Mobile soars over 200% after adding DeepSeek AI model on platform. Do you know what? I'm not even going to talk about that because we're not interested in nonsense. Right. Let's wrap this video up. This was an Nvidia video. Oh, dear God. What a silly day. What an absolute silly day. Let me put something out here for you. All right, let's bring it all into context. Let's bring everything back to basics, shall we? Right, here we go. Put this up here. Mark my words. Guaranteed 100%. On Wednesday, this is happening. This is happening at the time we talk about DeepSeek. This is the time when everything's selling off. There's drama left, right, and center. This is the time when Donald Trump allegedly is going to walk on stage and tell Jerome Powell to lower rates. I've seen that on YouTube channels just trying to get views. We're not saying that. It's rubbish. It's not going to happen, but it doesn't stop people from saying it. We've seen crypto go down. And today it's starting to recover. Still down, though. XRP is going down. People got margin called. They all bought the Trump coin, which Donald Trump and the family sold at the table. We showed you that. And then Barron decided to set up one, and the family went, no, too much. Don't set one up. It looks obvious. It's looking obvious now. We all made millions sat at the table. Melania made money. She dumped it on everyone. Trump made money, dumped it on everyone. Let's stop doing this, right? So anyway, let's wrap up this video and let's bring it back into some common sense. Just for a moment, okay? On Wednesday, we got this event. This is Jerome Powell speaking live on stage. Let's summarize what we're going to get. Let's bring it back to basics, and let's hope we can calm everybody down just a moment. In fact, I'm going to clear my tickers away and wrap up this video in a way I don't normally do, but I'm going to do this. If you are an investor, it can be boring. However, I like boring. I like reading balance sheets. I look at the balance sheet. I look at the profitability. I look at the forward PE. I look at the customers. I look at the money being made. And I know what I am buying is quality value. Nvidia is quality value. In China, we have a never-ending supply of noise and fake and nonsense and rumor and speculation trying their best to rock the market. You either believe in the market, you believe in your businesses, or you don't. And nobody believes in anything these days. People are in 1 minute, they're out the next minute. I'm a fan of this, now I'm not a fan of it. No one has a bloody clue what they're doing. They're always trying to sell you a story. I do the opposite. I don't say I do the opposite. I prove I do the opposite. I sit here live every day, 15 hours a day now. Now we're in earnings season. Up to that, it was 12 hours a day, researching for you, not trying to sell videos. I'm trying to give you the best information directly from Wall Street managers who I speak to on X and Instagram. If you want the link, I'm going to give it to you in the chat right now. There it is. I speak to CEOs. We interview them on the show. That's all members-only videos. Most of you have never seen it. That's the membership there. Okay, there's the membership link. Become a member. I'll put it below if you're watching the video later. We back this up at our own expense, our own time. I spend hours every day maintaining Discord, checking what's going on. We provide free training. We don't sell you it. We don't have never-ending coupon codes that are always expiring tomorrow, like Meet Kevin and all the rest of it. We don't take sponsorship from corporations, FTX and all the bloody nonsense. We only take sponsorships from our members, our viewers, our family. We provide you the training for free. There it is in Discord. You can talk to Ed Nevis, learn how to scalp trade. He will show you what to do. Sensei will show you how to read charts. It's free. We cover the cost of Discord. I spend hours a day making sure it's all working properly, maintaining our service. That is all free. Ed doesn't charge you anything. Sensei doesn't charge you anything. Everything here is provided for you for free. You can become a member or not. You can watch for free. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not trying to grow the biggest, but I am trying to grow the best the best YouTube channel in the world. That's what I'm trying to grow, and we're doubling our rate of growth every month. We'll be 100,000 subscribers in January, in the summer, and we're beating everyone. And the reason for doing that is because we're telling you the truth. Nvidia is a great business. Meta, Google, Microsoft, all of these companies are great. I've been saying to you for nearly 2 years, the best way for you to invest is simply buy the macro dips on the S&P 500. And I can now confirm to you, I found this out yesterday, and I would like to feel we are a small part in the success of this. The biggest inflows is going into VOO, the S&P 500. It's had I think it's 5 billion or 5 trillion? I think it's 5 billion. 5 billion inflows. It's outperformed every other ETF. And that has happened recently. And I hope that we are some part of that people are starting to learn how to be an investor. Simply by buying the macro dips, simply by buying the nonsense is how you make money. If you look at my portfolio, right? This is my portfolio, the 1 year. Look at this. This is my real money, my real shares, all of my money. I'm up 25%. I've shown you on the screen that I use margin. I've explained why I use margin, how I use margin. There it is. You can see how much I've got. You can see how much I pay in interest. I've got 226, over a quarter, nearly $250,000 just in the S&P. 226, add to my Roth, over $250,000. And I've done all of that. And there's the Roth IRA continually going up. I've done all of that from $5,000. I've never shorted a stock. I've never done options. I don't own crypto. I just own the S&P. So people that tell you that you can't make money owning the S&P and you have to buy speculative stocks and take risks, you're talking out of your backside. And you are a pain in the arse. Not a troll. You're a pain in the arse. To summarize, what we got right now, and I said this and people didn't like it. People didn't like it because it's not what they wanted to hear. Well, I don't care what you want to hear. I don't do this so you feel good. I hope you feel good, and I hope I make friends. But I do this so my wife at the end of the day tells me, Martyn, you've done a good job today. You've helped people. People have made money. You've told the truth. You've brought them stories that they wouldn't know about. You've brought them conversations from CEOs and hedge fund managers and all the rest of it, Wall Street managers that they would never hear about. You've done something good. And that's what it's all about, whether you agree with me or not. When I talked about that everyone got super excited with Donald Trump coming into power, and it wasn't all a good thing, lots of people said, and I can show you comments, I'm not going to bother because they're just stupid people, right? They messaged me and said, I'm out, not subscribing to you anymore. I don't care, don't subscribe then. Don't watch, I couldn't care less. They didn't watch the whole video. They didn't take the time to understand what I was saying. They heard the word Trump in some positive, negative light and went, I'm out. They don't want to know the true story. They don't want to know the left and the right. They don't want to know the argument. These are comic book people that read a thumbnail and that's it. They've decided what they want. I don't care. Jog on, go and watch somebody else and lose all your money. I don't care. I never lose money. And my members don't lose money. So this is what's going to happen for the rest of the year. And you can take this to the bank. This is what's going to happen for the rest of the year. We're going to see a 10% on the S&P. Considering we've had 30, 25, 30% years, I think that's pretty good, don't you? The bull market is coming to an end. And only an idiot would be buying the market when it rallies now. Makes no sense. Why would you want to do that? Because you want a buffer. You want the market to be able to drop to buy more, not keep buying the top all the time. Nothing wrong with buying the top if it's continually going up, but we're running out of steam. These businesses that we like in the S&P are good. They're solid, 100%. We like them. However, the market is running out of steam. It can't go on forever. But underlying all of that, the market is very, very strong. Those that told you it was inflationary when we got the jobs report were talking rubbish. Meet Kevin did it. Meet Kevin is a trained, paid, licensed financial advisor. He said it was inflationary. It's rubbish. He knew it wasn't, but it sells videos. And those people are slowly going to fade away. Those big channels that just sell videos, take sponsorship from people all the time, selling training programs, they are gone. I don't even care about those channels anymore. They're not even competition for what we're doing here. They knew it. He knew it. They also knew about FTX was risky, but they didn't care. They took all the money. I'd never do it. You couldn't offer me any money to do any of those things. People try every day. The economy is strong. The jobs report was not inflationary. And more importantly, the tariffs is not inflationary. Now, if you were a Trump fan, you would have liked to have heard that, but you've already switched off going, you're against Donald Trump, so I don't care. Well, you've missed it, haven't you? Because the tariffs are purely and simply a negotiating tool. They are not inflationary. So the markets are good. What they are, however, is good for growth. Growth is not inflationary. The businesses that we own in the United States are good. Google is good. Nvidia is good. But, and here is the rub, the tech stocks, even though they're particularly Nvidia, is good forward PE, it's undervalued, it's a good time to buy it. Now is a good time to buy Nvidia. With this drop today, it's a good time to buy. However, as an investor, you're looking ahead. You're looking ahead for the next thing. You're not just focused on today, you're looking ahead at the next thing. An investor like me is always 5 to 10 to 20 moves ahead, not one move ahead. It's not, oh, it's up, now I'll sell. Oh, now it's down, now I'll buy more. That's what an idiot does. Don't do that. Look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is the economy in the United States is good. We're going to bring down borrowing. Elon Musk is bringing down borrowing, spending. American economy is going to boom. Not because Donald Trump says so, because the businesses say so. The businesses were booming before Donald Trump came into power. In fact, they were booming before he was even won the election. Crypto is going to boom. I'm not in crypto because I don't want to be a pump and dump channel. I don't want to sell videos. Just I'm always in crypto. Follow me. I don't own it. I only own the S&P. A lot of crypto is going to disappear. 95%. I know that because the people at Wall Street and the hedge fund managers and the CEOs and people that manage the projects talk to me on X and Instagram. If you want my X and Instagram, there is the link. So there's lots of good stuff in crypto, but most of it will disappear. We think XRP will remain. We think Bitcoin will remain, and so on and so forth. But the numbers that people are predicting are getting a bit carried away. And everybody thought it was really great and bullish if we could get Donald Trump to back it. How ridiculous is that? The reason why you bought it is it was decentralized and not governed by the government. But yet, in fact, now you want the government to buy it and store it and get behind it. I have always said that is the way it should be because we need regulation for bigger investment to come in and so on. That's good. But the reason why you bought it was a free maverick crazy thing. And now you all want Donald Trump to back it. The hypocrisy of that is ridiculous. I've never heard anything like it. So, at the end of the day, the economy is good. CPI was good. PPI was good. Jobs is good. Inflation is good. Growth is good. Not inflationary. Having Donald Trump in power is ultimately good. Not all good, but ultimately pro-business. No one has been more pro the stock market probably in history than Donald Trump. So that is good. That is all good. However, as an investor, where you never want to lose. And I never lose. 19 trades, 19 wins. I never lose. I'm looking at what comes next. And I've gone all in. I've used all my cash. I've got no money in the bank. You all know I use Robinhood as my gold card, and I use it to pay all my bills, and so on and so forth. I don't have any money in the bank. Robinhood is my bank account, right? I'm all in. I've used margin, but now I'm paying margin down. Paying margin down because it's not the time to be buying any more of the S&P. Yes, it's going to go up 10%, but it will pull back 5%. What is the sense then of selling that? Because I don't know where the top will be. I don't know where the bottom will be. To take that off the table, that's just gambling. That's guessing. We don't guess. We don't gamble. We make money. Take that off the table. I don't want to pay 20% tax, and I want to remain in. I don't ever want to sell. I don't ever want to sell. I want my shares to compound and grow over time. So I don't ever want to sell. But I don't want to buy when we're about to dump either. That's just stupid. But what I do want to do is in my Roth IRA, be all in on the defensives. How long have I been saying that Coca-Cola, Pepsi, J&J, Pfizer, all of this stuff was oversold, particularly Coca-Cola? And that's why 100% of my money is in Coca-Cola. And you can see the S&P. Remember, guys, it's about patience. It's about being patient. A few days ago, the VU was way ahead of Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola at one point was down 10%. I bought more on January the 1st when my Roth IRA opened up. I bought more, and so my Coca-Cola average got lowered. And remember, we don't care about averages. Averages is not important, right? But nevertheless, I was able to buy more in January, and my average is lowered. Don't care about the average. What I care about is the profit. Averages are not important. And if anyone wants to know about that, ask me and I'll make a whole video on it. Averages are just nonsense. They're just visual images on a screen. They don't mean anything. But you can see now my Coca-Cola is only down 4%. It was over 10. It's now outperforming the S&P, and it's going to outperform the S&P. So my long-term strategy is as simple as this. Live on the show, in front of you, live, I'm going to reach $1 million. Easy, 100% guaranteed by the end of the decade. That is my target. That's all I ever wanted to do. Without ever shorting the market, without buying crypto, without being speculative, without selling anything, without trading, just by owning. That's it. I'm buying macro dips. Come the middle to the end of the year, somewhere, don't know exactly when, I will sell my Coca-Cola. I'll make 20% profit plus the dividends of a couple of quarters, maybe 3 quarters. I don't know. I've got no idea. But roughly 1 or 2 or 3, it doesn't really matter. I will then buy back in the S&P and I'll do it all over again. That's my IRA. My IRA is different. It's not the main part of the show because I can trade for free and it's not what you're all following. What you're following is on the main account. On the main account, I've stopped buying. There are many great opportunities, but I only own the S&P, so you are not confused about what I'm doing. You're not under any illusion, oh, he's pumping this, he's selling this. I only own the S&P. You can see that if I scroll down here, you can see I'm only owning the S&P. There it is, 100%, right? It's for the integrity of the show, not to confuse you in any way whatsoever. So that's it. All I got to do is work. I'm the engine of my funds. Work on YouTube. We're outperforming every financial YouTube channel. We're doubling every month. We're going to be the biggest. We're going to be the best live stream channel in the world. We're going to have more viewers than Bloomberg and CNBC combined. We're going to have more viewers than Meet Kevin and Graham Stepan combined because they're all just trying to sell videos. They never met their audience. I did when I toured the world as the world piano man. I know there's real people down the end of that camera lens listening to my shows, getting affected by this and losing money. Or, as it happens in my members' case, making money. So I care about you, and all I care about is doing the right thing. Do not care a damn about my portfolio, even though I am doing the right thing by it. I care about you. So my strategy for the rest of the year is simple. Do absolutely nothing unless the market crashes 20%. I will have the power then to buy more. I've currently got 32,000. As every month goes by, I'll reduce my margin by simply my money from YouTube, which is my income, just like you have an income. I'll be reducing my margin month, all the way down. And at some point, if there is a 20% crash, I'll buy more. If by the end of the year, as we go into the bear market, my margin is down 50-60% if I earn more money on YouTube, then I'll buy more, because an asset going up doesn't matter if you keep buying more, and it doesn't matter if it keeps going up in price. Shall we just take a moment, as we have a massive audience right now, 400 people watching me live, should we just talk about the dollar cost average, the going to the moon, and the happy to pay higher prices? Should I just cover that? I think I will, and add that to the end of the video, because there are so many people watching. Over 400 people now watching my regular show. This is one of the best ever shows I've ever done. So I'm able to give this information to more people. So let's just talk about this. We might put a little chapter in this later on. Let's talk about this first of all. People on YouTube who want to sell videos want to simplify it. They want to make it comic book. Now, you might notice on my channel, I've tried my best to make this not comic book. In fact, make it serious. Make it serious. Investing is serious. We can have fun, but it's not a comic book. It requires education. So on my channel, you might notice every single video, every single video is just my face being serious. I'm not doing or ooh. Not doing any of that. I don't believe any of that stuff. I think that's silly. I don't do it. Sensei likes to do it, and that's up to him. He's learning at the moment. He said to me last night, he said, I'm thinking I'm going to do what you're doing now. But anyway, and all the time, it's just this, just a word, one word tells you what it is. Okay? That's what this channel is about. Not about selling videos. It's about giving you the facts. Now, on YouTube, it's very easy to sell silly phrases. Very easy, because it's comic book. It drags your attention. People notice when you go to the moon, get quick, crash, ooh, dollar cost average. These are phrases never used in the financial world. And whenever I speak to hedge fund managers, CEOs, they never talk about it. Unless they're having a laugh and a joke about it. They never say it. People do it on YouTube because it sells videos. It draws people in. So let's first of all talk about dollar cost average. Dollar cost average, you got to buy and bring your average down. Rubbish, nonsense is a stupid phrase. It's a stupid phrase. And let me explain why it's a stupid phrase. Why dollar cost averaging is a stupid phrase. Buying great businesses is not the secret to making money. The secret to making money is buying a great business that's under value. That's it. Turn the video off, go home. You don't need to watch anything else. That's it. I've told you everything you need to know. Buy a great business that works for you 24/7, 7 days a week, earning you money, the owner. You can earn more than the CEO. You can earn more than the people that work there. Like Warren Buffett with Coca-Cola. He earns more than the CEO. Own the business. Let the business then go to work and earn you money. So what we're looking for is to own a business that makes us money, that's undervalued, not just a great business. Is it undervalued? Not, I can lower my average, dollar cost average. That's a lot of rubbish. Is it undervalued? If it's undervalued, you buy it. Okay, so now you've bought it. It's gone up in value. It's growing. A year goes by, 2 years go by, whatever. When I invest, I go in as much as I can big time at that moment. I don't go, well, I'll buy a couple of shares now and then I'll buy a couple of shares tomorrow, because I don't really know what I'm really doing. And you go, well, that's diversifying. No, it's not. You just don't know what you're doing. When you buy everything, I mean, I've got one ETF. That's it. The S&P 500. I've got one asset on my Roth, Coca-Cola. That's it. I know what I'm doing. I'm not just buying everything willy-nilly. I'm not just buying, well, I'll buy a bit tomorrow and a bit tomorrow. People will say, dollar cost average, let's buy every week, every month. Rubbish. Stupid. That's not what Warren Buffett does. That's not what I do. I go in because I want to be in the market, and I go in big. I buy a stock that's undervalued. Over time, I want to buy more of it because I like the business. I want to own more and more of the business. It's owning more of the business that's going to make me money, not owning less of it, not selling it. Well, you don't ever sell a good business. What do you want to? The business is earning money all the time. It's like buying a pub, and a pub every day makes you money. Everyone comes in every day and they spend beer and then they fill your pub up. Every day it makes you money. You're earning money every day, a passive income. Every day I'm earning money. You don't sell the pub, do you? Because the moment you sell the pub, your income stops. I want to own the business. I want to keep earning money, right? So I own the business. So what do you do then when in 6 months later, a year later, you want to buy more of the stock? You want dollar cost average? No, because a good business has gone up in price. A rubbish business has gone down in price. That's why it's a rubbish business. A good business has gone up. So hang on a minute. So you're saying then, I buy the S&P now and it's okay to pay more for it in 6 months' time? Yeah, it is. Because remember what you did in the first place. You didn't just buy a business. You bought a business that is undervalued. In other words, it's going to grow. You don't care what the price is. You just care it's worth more in the future. Easy. So you might say, well, in that case then, I can buy the S&P every single month forever and ever and ever. And yeah, you can. If you don't watch the stock market, if you don't study it every day, that's what 99.9% of people who got a job do. If you've got a job and you just pay into a 401k every month, that's what you're doing. And in 20, 30, 40, 50 years, you've got enough money and overall it's going to be up. Because what you bought 50 years ago is up 300%. What you bought 4 years ago is up X percent. And overall you've made money. Great. Nothing wrong with that. That's for someone who works, doesn't pay attention, doesn't care. They've done it that way. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. Nothing wrong with doing that. That's what most people do. That's the lazy, easy way to do it. And it's at least you invested rather than spending money. And now you've got a pension and now you're good. Nothing wrong with doing that. However, if you study the stock market like I do, you can do a heck of a lot better. Now, does it matter? Not really. I'm not in competition with anyone, but I only started doing this a couple of years ago and I want to get to $1 million within a few years. So I ain't going to do that just by monthly paying my wages into the S&P 500. That's not going to work. I've got to buy the macro dips. Now, what are the macro dips? The macro dips is when the company hasn't done anything bad, like today, Nvidia hasn't suddenly stopped producing chips, hasn't suddenly done a bad earnings. Its earnings was fantastic. Its future earnings is fantastic. Its growth is fantastic. We've got an outside condition. We've got Donald Trump saying stuff. We've got wars. We've got unexpected events. We've got black swan event, white swan events. We've got China playing silly buggers. We've got people dropping the market because of, China's doing all this. Do you think Jensen Huang cares less about what's happening today? Jensen is focusing today on running his very successful business, which I own as an owner. Get on with it. Carry on. So over time, the business will be worth more money. Otherwise, you shouldn't have bought it. You wouldn't be in a market that... You wouldn't have bought a business that wasn't making money. That would be a bit stupid, right? You bought a business that makes money. So over time, it goes up in price. If it's still undervalued, though, because it's growing more, then you can buy more of it. So what I try to do, it's a very simple strategy. I look at all my businesses in the S&P. I'm familiar with every single one of them. Yes, every single one of them, 507. I'm familiar. And I know that the S&P is still undervalued. It's expensive. Quality is. But and it's not got much more to do this year. However, I want to own it because I believe in the American businesses. I believe in the American economy. I believe what the system is doing. I want to own it, and I want it to pay me as an owner. So when it drops, I buy more. Significantly drops. I've been doing that now for a couple of years. That's why I'm up so much. I've amplified my gains by buying more with margin when it dips. That's it. Not trying to lower my average. We'll come on to the average in a second. It's completely irrelevant. I've bought it because it's worth more. Period. Simple as that. I don't mind in a year from now if I start buying more of it at a higher price than it is today. Because if it's still growing, it's okay. That's okay. Buying a great business is not the secret to making money. Buying a business that's worth more in the future, that's undervalued, is the secret to making money. So how does all that come back to then? Dollar cost averaging. Dollar cost averaging is a great way of selling it on YouTube to idiots who just want to read a comic book. Dollar cost averaging means nothing. And let me explain why. If you go onto Robinhood, right, and we just pick a stock. I go onto my S&P 500 and it says my average cost is 489. What's that there for? What does that do? Absolutely nothing. Not quite. It does something for somebody, but not you. What does it mean? What does it do? What's important is the individual lots. Every time I bought one, it's in my history, it's written down. I bought it for this, it's now worth this. If I sell it, I make the difference. Easy. And I know, because I've got all my stuff written down, I've got all the history going back, I know exactly what. And now on Robinhood, you can sell lots. You can go back and you can say, I want to sell this stock for a profit and so on and so forth. Or this one for a loss if you're trying to reduce tax. That's what Robinhood does now. It didn't do that at first. It does that now, which is great. So I'm only interested in the shares that I bought at this price are now worth this. Ultimately, I only really care about the $24,480 profit. Do I care about the dollar cost average? Do I care about the percentage up? No, I don't. Because if I went out today and I put $1 million on the S&P 500, my average, that 12.14% you're looking at there, would go to about 1%. It would go, because the average would go way high, and the percentage would go because I've added millions of shares. So the average would go up, and the percentage gain would go down. Oh, well, that's rubbish then, isn't it? No, I've still made money on all the shares I bought before. I just haven't made money on the ones I just bought. That's what's actually happened. So now you see where I'm going with the average price. When you buy on a brokerage, your average goes up or down. Depending if you buy lower than the average or higher than the average goes up or down. That's it. Does it go up or down when you sell? Nope. It doesn't move. Then it's broken. Then it's pointless. Then it's useless. And why is that? Because it's a way to encourage you to trade. What does that matter? Well, when you trade, the brokerage makes money. Period. That's all it is. Life is always simple. The obvious answer is always the one. The simple answer is always the one. The brokerage is a business. It makes money. When you trade, you lose. That's it. Every time. Own a casino. Don't play the casino. So average cost, you might as well get rid of that. It's rubbish. But it allows stupid YouTubers the opportunity to go to the moon, buy the dip, lower the average, because they can't be bothered to go live all day long and explain it in detail like this. It sells videos. Brokerages use it because it gets people to trade. People are obsessed with lowering their averages. I want to lower my average. I want to lower my average. No, you don't. What you really want to do is buy a business, undervalue, and sell it for a profit. And that's it. That's what you really want to do. But that's not what you want to hear. You want to hear, I'm lowering my average. So dollar cost averaging is rubbish. Doesn't serve any purpose whatsoever. And later on this year, when my margin is dramatically reduced, 40, 50%, I don't know, depends how much money I can earn on YouTube. When it's dramatically reduced, I might start, well, I will start, because I'll sell Coca-Cola and buy the S&P. I will start buying the S&P, and guess what happens? Guess what happens? My average goes up. Oh no, your average has gone up. You're an idiot. What are you doing that for? Well, of course my average is going to go up because I'm buying something of value that keeps going up in price. Of course my average has gone up. That's ridiculous. That's like saying, I'm going to buy a house next year. You weren't going to buy $1 million house next year for 50 quid. Well, it was 50 quid 300 years ago. Your average has gone up. Well, of course it has. The house price has gone up. Well, the house price actually hasn't gone up. The house is the same. The house is actually worth less because a new house is worth more than an old house because it's falling apart, right? What's gone up is the cost of money. So inflation. What actually has gone up is inflation. Your house hasn't actually gone up in value. Money has gone up in price. That it's called inflation. The house is actually worth less. Who actually wants to buy an old house which is falling down compared to a new house as long as it was built with the same quality and standards? Well, nobody. So price and value are different. Your house hasn't gone up in value, it's gone up in price because money has gone up. That's all, inflation. So it's okay to buy the S&P more than it is today in the future. And I hope it has. Because if it hasn't, I bought a rubbish asset. If the S&P is not $500, but it, I don't know whatever the S&P is now. If the S&P 548 on VU isn't 600 at the end of the year, then I've done something wrong, haven't I? So people looking for low in the average, they're focused on stocks that are rubbish, that are going down in price. Well, that's obvious then, a bad idea, right? You're not looking to buy something cheap. You're looking to buy something good that's undervalued. So dollar cost averaging is a completely useless thing. Buy the dip is a completely useless thing. You buy when it goes down, when there's a macro condition which suggests the stock is undervalued at that moment in time. That's it. But that doesn't sell videos. That's too complicated. I've got to sell the dip. I buy the dip, do the pump, put a rocket ship, go to the moon. Do you know how ridiculous that is? I don't know how many times people live on my show have said, this stock is exploding. It's going up 500%. It's going to the moon. Well, stocks that start out can have 500, 1,000% gains. They're not going to the moon. What does going to the moon mean anyway? What's the number? I want to know what the number is. I'm an investor, not a bloody idiot on YouTube. Right, going to the moon. What does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. So this has been a very long video because this is going to come out with its own video. It was supposed to be an Nvidia video. And hopefully I've been able to help people here learn about dollar cost averaging, learn about, what buying a business actually means. Anyway, that was great. That was a very long video. Let's open it up now. I will close. I tell you what I'll do is I will close this video out and I will now do live Q&A. Live Q&A coming up. I won't put this in the video. This video will be 3 hours long. So here we go. If you have watched to the end of this marathon video, I go live all day, every day. We're trying to help people, not just sell videos. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. Over here, the event of the century. Until the next one, FOMC report. We're covering the FOMC report. Jerome Powell live on Wednesday. You've got to be there for that. It's the first one under Trump. That's where the investors will be. Volatility is going to be crazy right there. Down here, I will put something else that I think will be useful for you. I'd probably suggest, I've just recorded a video. It's the secret to investing. It's on the homepage of the channel. It'll be there. I'll put there as well. All right. That's it. Thank you much indeed. Stay with me. I'm going to carry on doing live Q&A now, but this will go out as its own NVIDIA video. This is nuts. Till next time, take care of yourselves and each other. This has been my, by far, most successful video I've ever made. 463 people have watched me the entire time. That's nuts. How many people have been through the stream today? Let's have a look. Whoa, 4,269. Flipping heck. And 10% have watched me the entire time. That and YouTube world is ridiculous. I bet you my subscribers have gone up. I bet my subscribers have gone through the roof. Shall we have a quick look? They are. Look at that. We could be, I tell you what, time this video comes out, we could be 62,000 by tomorrow. That's pretty wild. So tell you what, I'm going to have some fun. Let's have some fun and I'll do live Q&A. Thank you very much, guys. This has been by far my best ever video. Like, miles. Let's have some fun. Let's get 300 likes, 400 likes. Let's go nuts. Ready? This is good information, folks. This is how everybody makes money. 426 watching. That's been like that now for the last hour. That is crazy. My best ever video by a mile. I love it. So, 231 likes. Can we get 300 likes? 231. Can everyone tap the like button? Let's see what we got. This is brilliant. 232. Can we get 300, 400 likes? In fact, we can't do 400. In fact, I'm surprised we've even got that. 50% of you aren't even signed in. 236, 237. This is nuts. By far the best video we've ever done. We've had bigger audiences, but that was a video. We've had 130,000 watchers, but not on a video. That's a live event. This wasn't a live event. I was just making a video. 244. No way. This is by far the best we've ever done for a regular video, folks. This is not an event. This is not the FOMC report. This is not an earnings. This is just people are tuning out now of the big YouTube channels and joining us. They want a real channel. They want live. They want honest. They're sick and tired of all the nonsense. Sick and tired of losing. Sick and tired of watching just so somebody else benefits at their expense. And you are saying that by doing this. They are 256. That's what you're saying by doing this. This is crazy. Thank you ever so much, guys. That'll do. That's brilliant. I mean, that's brilliant. Thanks ever so much. Appreciate it. Right. Okay. Let's do live Q&A. Tim Rogers. Don't need to dollar cost average. They use the same concept, which is called buybacks. These companies use cash to purchase the stock at a lower price, same valuations and stock appreciation. Very nice. In fact, I tell you what we're going to do. I reckon there's a lot of people here who want to ask questions. Let's open up the phone line. Let me do a quick poll. Start a poll. Do you want a live phone-in? Would you like me to now do a live phone-in? Give you the opportunity to call in, ask questions live, unedited, live on the show. Do you want a live phone-in? Let's see. If I get half a dozen people say yes, I will do a live phone-in right now. I will open the phone line up. You can call in. You can ask questions. How many people want a live phone-in? That's where you can challenge me, ask me anything. We can discuss with each other. We can learn about different things. Who wants to call in? Who would like to be on a live phone-in? Let's have a look. Right, well, 60%. 60% of you say yes, and that's 15 people already. So there you go. Live phone-in it is. You want a live phone-in? You get a live phone-in. So here we go. Here you go. You want it? You get it. Live phone-in. There it is. There's the live phone-in. Refresh the screen. pin message. Right. You need to refresh the screen to see the phone in. Okay. So there you go. The phone line is open. The link is in the chat. It's martynlucas.com/live. You can call in. You don't require any software, any equipment, just a browser to call in. Turn your camera on, your microphone. You can call in. Live Q&A. Okay, the password is LucasAids100, uppercase L, uppercase A. LucasAids100, uppercase L, uppercase A 100. And you can now call in. Leston will join in 15 minutes in the car. I might not be live in 15 minutes. Depends if anyone calls in or not. Let's have a look. So the phone line is open. If no one calls in, I'll end the stream. I've got to go and have some breakfast. I've been here since 6 o'clock this morning. I've been going live nearly 5 hours. So I want to get off, have a break, have a cup of tea, have something to eat. Nvidia is extremely cheap. Wish I knew the bottom. It is good value. I wouldn't say it's cheap. I never say Nvidia is cheap, but I'd say it's good value. It can certainly be worth more. Martyn, I made £5 super chat for your Martyn, I made a £5 super chat for your Google earnings. Oh, did I miss one? Right. For some reason, the credit didn't show, did it? Back to dashboard. Recent events. Let me have a look here. I just noticed some of you didn't get shown on the screen. Okay. It looks like some of you didn't get shown on the screen. For some reason, the super chats didn't get shared. But sometimes it happens. You have a technical issue. There's no reason why. It just does sometimes. So what we're going to do is thank you for showing me. So I'm going to go back and put them on the screen. Here's Iberian. Iberian said, thank you for sharing your wisdom and giving your time and patience to us. Iberian Wolf, it's my absolute honor and privilege to do that for you. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. You're welcome. Mr. Peckman, super chat. Can you cover the earnings April the 2nd? Is that 4th of February? Are you from the UK? Are you from the UK? You're doing that, are you? Okay, let me do that. Let's have a look. Google. Let me see if I can do it. Google is February the 4th, after hours. Okay, February the 4th now is fully booked. We can do that, but there's no more. Google. Feb 4. Yeah, we can't do any more now. We're doing Google and AMD. So we're fully booked now. Then NVDA. No one wants to call in. You all said you want to call in, and then no one does. What's all that about? Why did you all say you want to call in, and then no one does? What's the sense of that, folks? You need to refresh the screen to call in. I don't understand it. 55% says, yeah, do you want a live phone in? That's 40, that's 45, maybe 50 people want to call in and not one person's called in. I don't understand it. I'm going to end the poll because that's daft. You said you want to call in, but not one person has. So I'm a bit confused what the sense of that is. So anyway, that's fine. Well, I'll just end the show in a minute then. I'm going to have my tea. If nobody wants to ask a question, that's fine. I can go and have my dinner. Sit on the beach, drinking pina coladas. I'm in Texas, by the way, in case you're wondering. Right. Let's have a look. Ah, Peck Hong is here. Hey. There you go. Peck Hong. Stand by as I just make this video here for Google. So if you are a member, you get this service. $221. Goog. 221. Google. Right, here we go. Stand by, Peck. We've got our first caller. So we are getting our first caller in. Stand by. I'll assign you to guest one. I'll be right with you. So here we go. What day is this? This is February the 4th. Breaking news here on Martyn Lucas Investor. Google, ticker symbol GOOG. We're going to cover the earnings on February the 4th after hours. I had to read the chart there. February the 4th after hours. If you are a member of our channel, you can request an earnings like this. I've just been asked if I would cover the earnings. So I'm going to cover the earnings. If you are a member and you do a $5 minimum super chat, I will cover the earnings for you. Really, really important as well, this one, because January the 29th, we're going to have the FOMC report. You cannot afford to miss that. That's live on my show. It's going to be an extremely volatile week. We've got tariffs. We've got all the worries now with China and Nvidia and everything else. And Google is one of those customers. Will this collapse now? Spoiler alert, no it won't, of course not. But Google is on February the 4th. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. Over here, I shall put the Google playlist. I've done lots of reviews on Google. Down here, I shall put the Google earnings. Join us for that one. If you are a member, you too can book an earnings. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. All right, Google earnings. Let's go over to our members now. We've got great, this is good. Let me put Peck Hong up there. He is, look, he's just coming in. How are you, mate? Good to see you. I'll put you up there in guest spot number 8. And the Northern Tree Guy is here. Northern Tree Guy, I love it. Can learn about. Hello, mate. How are you? Let's put him up there in spot number 9. Welcome. First of all, Peck, where you calling in from?
The UK, Northern Ireland.
The Northern Ireland, lovely to have you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Lovely to have you here. And the Northern Tree Guy, where are you calling in from?
I'm calling from up here in Alaska.
Oh, lovely. It's cold up there, but a lovely, beautiful part of the world.
No, it's 45 degrees right now.
What, 45 degrees Fahrenheit?
Yes.
Nice and warm
there's
then.
no snow right now.
Nice and warm in Alaska. What's going on? That's not right, is it?
I got penguins and everything. It's great.
Oh, lovely. Fantastic. Well, it's wonderful to have you here. It's your first time on the show, isn't it? Northern Tree Guy, I think.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
First time. Thank you very much indeed. So let's start with Peck. What questions do you have for me today?
I think today is like what you said in your super long discussion or rant or whatever earlier. Like, it's true. It's just a load of nonsense. Like with the whole Chinese thing. I mean, I have nothing against China or anything, but it is a load of nonsense. The whole DeepSeek or whatever they call it. Now, I just read on CNBC like a few minutes ago. They said there's a cyber attack or something going on. So I don't even know what's happening anymore.
You don't have to know what's going on. It's just nonsense. You don't have to worry about everything. You don't have to know about everything. Yeah. Most things that go on in the world is a lot of rubbish, a lot of nonsense. We've just had Tim Rogers join us. Thank you, Tim. I'll come back to you.
Hello. No problem.
Lovely to have you here. Northern Tree Guy, what is it you want to say to me today?
So I was really questioned. So I'm new to the investing, and I've been really trying to understand, like, when I'm building a portfolio, do I focus on the dividends? Do I focus on the annual returns? Do I, what part of it do you really want to focus for a long-term goal that's going to, essentially, my goal would to be have another source of income later on down the road?
Okay. We'll answer that question in a minute. Great conversation. Tim Rogers, how are you this morning, mate?
I'm doing super. How about yourself?
I'm feeling good. Let me share something with you. I had a really, really awful weekend. Awful weekend. I didn't sleep for 2 days. I didn't shave. I looked a bit like you. I didn't shave for 2 days. And I was very stressed. I cannot give too much information away for security, but let's just say I was under major attack, and I thought I'd lost everything. And as it all turned out, it was fine. But it was a very, very scary, horrible weekend, and it's horrible to think that It could have been someone watching me was not the person that we'd like. However, it was not that. It turned out
Do you
okay
have
in
better
the end.
processes? Do you have better processes and controls now in place?
Yes, even though there wasn't actually a major problem, it was solved in the end. It led me to put even stricter policies in place for what the things I'm talking about. I can't say too much about it.
No.
But I'm now in a much stronger position than I was before. So it was a good thing, but a very unpleasant weekend. But now I'm feeling great because not only did it not get anywhere, and now I've got stronger defenses, I've also learned that there wasn't what I thought was happening. So that's good. It's ended up well.
Super.
Yes. What did you want to add to the show today?
Well, I was going to call in about the dollar cost averaging.
I knew you would.
Because you know how stupid it is, right? I could not resist. I was getting ready to go out and play some tennis. I said, no, I need to call in. The only stipulation that I would have to agree and disagree with the dollar cost averaging. It doesn't make sense to dollar cost average if the market is going up, because to your point, you're just buying stock at a higher price. However, the market is going down and you see that you have a trending that's going south, then you can dollar cost average. So there are the pluses and the minuses. But again, we spoke Friday, you just have to know what your strategy is and what you're doing. But when you look at dollar cost average, you made a statement that CEOs don't dollar cost average. Well, they do. It's just buybacks.
Buybacks.
It's play on words. So let's be careful to not say that dollar cost average is stupid. It's just a terminology and a strategy that different people
but
employ.
People need to fully understand it. And not
exactly.
They're not just focusing on, I need to always try to lower my average, because if the stock is going down, the business is underperforming, you shouldn't just make it around the headline of dollar cost averaging. And to disagree in it respectfully, what you just said, I don't mind buying the S&P higher than it is today in the future, because it will be, because the business is improving. So my average is going to go up, and I'm okay doing that. That doesn't mean to say I'm not buying it when it dips, but which I have been doing. I have. I've gone more in than you could possibly imagine. But I know in a year or 2 years from now, when my margin is massively reduced, then I'll be paying more again. But that's okay. At that point, I'll reassess the market. If we are still in a bullish market and the economy is still strong, it's okay. But if we've now entered a bear market, which we probably will by the end of this year, at some point there'll be some sort of retracement, pullback. Then I'll just be waiting for that dip to settle and then start again.
Right, but would you agree that most people dollar cost average in individual stocks versus dollar cost averaging what you're doing in the S&P? You're dealing with 500 companies.
Yeah.
So, and that's the only piece. I mean, you and I both understand finance, but a lot of the members or newer members, they're catching certain bits and pieces and don't understand the bigger pie. You and I understand it.
Yeah.
They understand slices of the pie.
Yeah.
And that's that education piece.
Yeah. This is why I was so excited today, and why I carried on doing it when I saw 400 people watching consistently. That's very rare that happens, and really amazing that it did. Because, you're right. People come onto YouTube for 30 seconds. They hear one thing. Oh, Martyn Lucas said the stocks are going down today. They turn off and then they go and do something. This is I'm not saying you should sit and watch me all day, even though my members do, it seems. You do need to understand the whole discussion. Like this discussion we're having now, right? I'm going to have a conversation with Northern Tree Guy, and we're going to have a discussion. And if you only come in at the first sentence and then disappear, you don't know what, this is a long journey, and it's not simple, and there's no simple answer. And no one on YouTube is going to go, do this, and then you just go off and do it, and then you come back a rich person. This isn't how it works. But people want that. They want to be told, if I buy this in 5 minutes, I'm going to get rich. Thank you ever so much. And there's a big super chat for doing it. That's not how this works. And we're trying to hopefully stop people from thinking that's how it works.
Yeah, because I mean, when you think about it, a lot of people hear that you went from $5,000 up to, 260 to 270. They think, oh, gee, they don't realize how much time and effort and discipline and studying that it really takes. And
Yeah.
that's the difference from a lot of other YouTubers. They make
Yeah.
it sound like this is so easy.
Yeah. Well, exactly. They're trying to sell videos. Well, I've been
Exactly.
live since 5 o'clock this morning. And, I could just make a couple of videos. I could have got up this morning at 10 o'clock, lay in bed, made 2 videos today. Nvidia, market crash. Both of those videos now would have had 10,000 views. I would have earned about $100 on each video. And I'd just be sat watching the telly with my wife, having an easy day. But I've been live all day because this is the real what we do here. And this won't make me anywhere near that amount of money. But this is the right thing to do. If you, anyway, thank you for the conversations, Tim.
No.
We're going to go backwards
thank
and
you.
forwards now. And that's great. I love your input. For those who don't know, Tim is a long-term investor, a very successful investor. Me and Tim have some great conversations. Been watching the show for years. Started to tune in for the first time in a live call-in for the first time last week, and it was great. And we share some very similar principles and values. We disagree with a few things, but essentially we come back to the same point: long-term investing, buying value, staying in the game, not trading, more investing. And Tim's has a successful portfolio, and he now lives on it. And I'm building my portfolio because I'm a bit younger than Tim. I've got a few years to go before I get to where he is, and hopefully I'll be as successful as he is now. Anyway, let's talk about Northern Tree Guy. You just said, so what's the best strategy? What should I be doing? I'm just starting to investing, and that's a great place to start. Great to ask that question. Now, before we go any further, obviously, this is not financial advice. This is purely entertainment on YouTube, but I am being honest with you. I am sharing with you my real trades. You are looking at my real money, my real bank account. This is my real life, and you can see what I've done and all the rest of it. So the first thing you need to do is as an investor is know your goal. What is your goal?
So right now, just life situations. I just recently became disabled. So
I'm sorry to hear that.
for right, it's life, man. I'm alive. I'm happy. I'm well. Right. So right now, I have a very basic, small strategy of $100 a week.
Okay.
And until my children move out, things will progress. Correct. So basically, $5,000 a year is kind of where I'm wanting to be for right now.
Okay.
And then, basically what I'm looking for is in 20, 30 years to have a income that I can substitute, later on for when I need it, if that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense. The first thing I want to say to you then is don't ever say only $100 a week or a month or whatever, right? There are some people here who invest $1. There are some people here who invest millions of dollars. So it's all about the percentage. If I put whatever I've done today, whatever I've got now, I've gone from 5,000 to 260,000 or whatever. You see me do that on the show. That percentage gain, you could have had exactly the same if you put $1 in. It doesn't matter. So never knock yourself down because I've only got that or whatever. Never excuse that. It doesn't matter. And it's great that you want to invest because at the end of the day, we invest because we want to have income later on in life to give us an income when we don't have it from our job or other things. It's a great thing, and it's actually quite exciting too. Boring investing can be exciting if you're interested in business, in companies, and I find it interesting, and I get excited when I'm $1 up. I get excited when someone gives me a $1 super chat. So never sort of belittle small investments or small ideas or long time frames. It's great. So I'm really glad that you're on this journey with us and that you want to do that. So that's great. I just want to welcome. You're welcome. DJ Baker has just become a gold member, one of our highest level of memberships. If you stand by at the end, I'll give you all your gold benefits. There are lots of perks you get as a gold member, including one-on-one with me, like this, but off air when no one's watching. You can have that, and I'll tell you about all your perks and benefits later on as we welcome Lestin Winning, who I just lost. So I will just put you back to the green room because you have to be on camera for me to bring into the show. Oh, there he is. There he is. Lestin, how are you? Great. I'll come back to you in a minute. One of our young investors. So Tree Guy, that's great. You've got a goal. You know what you want to achieve, and that's very admirable and brilliant. Right? It's great. So when you start investing, there are two start points you start from. You are a trader, an active trader, where you will come in and you are simply trading momentum. You're not looking for a great business. You're looking for a business with momentum, and a stock that goes up and down like a yo-yo, and you buy it here, sell it here, and woohoo, I've got rich in 5 minutes.
I lost $400 the other day doing that.
Yeah. 95% of day traders lose money. So ask yourself, are you more intelligent? Are you more grounded? Are you more in control of your emotions than 95% of all the other traders who've been probably doing it all their life? Probably not. Most people would say, honestly, no, I'm not better than everyone else. I don't think I'm better than anyone else. So let's take that off the table. Not to say you can't make money trading, and we provide free scalp trading training from someone who's paid to do it, who's successful doing it. Doesn't mean he always wins. He wins sometimes, loses others, but overall he wins. That's Ed Nevius. As a member of a channel, you can access that. You can talk to Ed and he'll show you what he's doing, but he'll always tell you it's very risky. It's not the strategy for most people. However, traders can make money. Most don't, and most will actually do just as well, or most long-term investors will outperform traders if they do the right thing over time anyway. So take the drama off the table. I like to say I own the casino, not play the casino. That's the way I look at it. Okay, so let's assume that you're looking to be an investor. Well, as an investor, you've got to think, number one, I want to buy something that can earn me money. That either you buy an asset like a painting or a picture or something that you think will go up in value, which is okay, but I don't find it much interest in that. That's why I don't like buying gold. I don't want to buy the Mona Lisa because, of course, I could clearly afford the Mona Lisa. But I choose not to do those things because they just sit there and I can only hope they go up in value. They don't actually earn me any money. I like to own businesses because I smile whenever my wife goes to Kroger to buy some soft drinks. I always say, make sure you get some extra Coca-Cola because remember, I own the business, all right, and I make money. So, of course, that doesn't really benefit me, but it does because the profit of Coca-Cola is mine. And if you have enough of it, that statement would be true, all right? So I like to think of that. And I like to think every day that I own these businesses that are generating income, they're solving problems, and I, as a shareholder, own them, and I earn money because of dividends or growth or whatever. And one day I can sell those on. And it's also a nice thing because I can sell those on to somebody else, knowing that they now own something of value, which they can sell in the future. Right? That's the difference between buying a crypto coin which pumps up and then goes back down to zero, and whoever buys it from you has now got a load of rubbish. And okay, it's their fault, but you know there are people out there bankrupt buying your crap. Well, that's just not for me. All right? I like to own a business. So you've decided what your goal is. You decided you're an investor, and now you want to go and buy a business. So you can buy an individual business, otherwise known as a stock, or you can buy an ETF, an exchange-traded fund, which is a basket of stocks. So there are lots of baskets of stocks been set up by management companies who charge you a small fee for doing it, right? So you're looking for a well-run ETF with a minimum fee, and there's ones with different interests. You might really like and really have an interest and a passion in AI, and there are AI funds. There are funds for everything, from space to everything. Now, you might understand a certain business. You might know all about the soft drinks business. You might, Tim Rogers here knows a lot about Coca-Cola. He's been involved in, Pepsi, I beg your pardon, Tim. He's been involved in it. He understands the business. So he likes to invest in that business more than Coca-Cola because he's been in Pepsi, right? So you might have an understanding of a business, or if you don't have an understanding, a desire to learn about it. You're passionate about it. But remember, being passionate and excited about space and AI, all these speculative, innovative future technologies, right, might not always be the best thing. Sometimes just, owning Coca-Cola, which is not a drinks business, by the way, it's a bottling business, right, is maybe not as exciting as going into space, but it's something we all need, and we'll always buy soft drinks, whether you think we will or won't, whatever, that's your opinion. But you have to know what it is you're interested in. So when you know what it is you're interested in, are you going to buy an individual stock? Then you've got much greater risk because you've only owned that one stock. And remember, a company can perform well, it can do well, but it can still go down because everyone takes profit from it. It can be subject to an external condition. Something happens that's got nothing to do with the business, but the supply of sugar, the price of sugar has gone up because of a war breaking out in wherever they produce sugar. So now Coca-Cola is struggling to make profit because their sugar's gone up. So these outside conditions can affect an individual stock. Whereas if you've got an ETF, we've seen a massive drop today in the Nvidia, but my portfolio has hardly been bothered because there are other industries now that are going to do better than tech, as I talked about earlier. Like we're going to have an explode. We're going to overperform in financials. We're going to overperform in healthcare, and there's other things that are going to outperform. So that's the first thing. Are you looking to buy a business stock, one individual business that you love, or two or three, or a certain area, or are you looking to buy a basket of funds?
I think right now I'm more looking to start with the S&P and more of the basket type situation, just because it's a little bit more secure in a sense. I wouldn't say it's more secure, but I guess if you kind of, like I said, I'm new. I don't know exactly the terminology for it.
Well, okay. Well, obviously, from what you're saying, you're not really sure. You'd rather go with the S&P. It sounds to me like you don't have a real hankering on anything particular. And it's good that you admit...
I'm new to learning the companies.
It's good that you admit that. That is a great start. See, I see Tim nodding, rather than going, I've seen somebody on YouTube going, I should really get into this, right? 99% you're going to lose money, right? Because they're selling a video not caring about you. Right, I'm going live because I care. I don't know you, but I do care that you lose your money, and I want you to come and say, Martyn's brilliant. I'm up 20 quid, and I'm gonna go, yeah, brilliant. I'm happy for you, right? As opposed to I got 1 cent on a YouTube ad. So it's good that you admit that, but understand that the reason why the S&P is regarded as the benchmark is it's over a long period of time, a lot of history, but also it's a managed fund, okay? And when passively managed, not actively managed, so there's a smaller cost than there is to SPY. SPY is the alternative. That's another discussion anyway. But bad companies or ones that don't perform very well drop off, and better companies come in and replace it. And these decisions are being made by people smarter than you or I. So we don't have to watch every company. They're doing it for us, okay? And the companies that are in the basket of funds have a very high criteria to pass the test, if you like, to be in there. Now, well, me and you, if we pick 500 companies, we're not going to be as stringent and as qualified as the people that run the S&P, right? I mean, that's the idea, right? You'd assume that to be the case. And over history, it's proven to be the case. So I trust that system. I trust the process, right? So this year, we saw Palantir come in because it met the criteria, and some other stocks fell off because they weren't any good. And that's great, or not as good. They just fell outside the 500 or whatever. So that's a good way of starting. Now, you asked about dividends and this and that and the other. Now, the reason why I'm going to come back to that is if you just bought the S&P today, and every time there was a macro condition, there was something like today, this is a macro condition today. Oh, it's really scary, something with China. The S&P drops, you go, brilliant. Rather than what Tim might have done, weekly, monthly, he's got his set date. You could have gone, hang on a minute, this is a good day to buy. Nothing wrong with the S&P. I'm going to be buying this every month, every 6 months, every week, whatever. It's come down. I'm going to buy a little bit more today because we've got a little extra macro dip. Okay, you're not waiting for the day of the month, day of the week. You do it. You've just bought this today. That's fine. However, if you got a certain goal in mind a certain number, we know roughly the S&P doubles every 7 years, roughly over time. We're expecting that to do a bit better over the next decade because of AI. I think that we're going to get a triple on the S&P by the end of the decade, hence my $1 million target. If you've got to know your time horizon, how far into the future do you need how much money? The S&P might not get there. It will certainly make money and won't lose you money, and over time you'll make money, but it might not get where you want it to be and how much you need by the time that you've allowed it, right? That's where you'll come in and add a little bit of extra spice to it. You might go, I really like the S&P, it's doing well, and I particularly like the Mag 7, right? The 7 top companies, but maybe, like, it used to be called the FANG, now it's called the MANG because Facebook became Meta. That's where the term comes from. You might go, I quite like AI. I think that's going to do really well. Well, that's why people buy NASDAQ, because that's more tech weighted. Or you might say, do you know what? I'm going to buy, I'm as well as buying the S&P, I'm going to buy the odd share of Nvidia when it dips, the odd share of Meta when it dips. Now you're just overweighting it. You're just giving a bit more emphasis to those because you like those. I wouldn't do that because I've got enough invested to get where I want to get without taking the risk. You might have a shorter time frame, less money, you need more risk to get to where you want to get. So you might do that to suit you. Everyone's got their own different variations of the same thing. We all want to get enough money and we all want to get there tomorrow, but how we get there is, we have our own ways of doing it, right? So you might decide to do that. Now, as far as dividends concerned, I'm glad you mentioned that because you'll learn a lot about dividends from Tim. So when you start off, if you're brand new to investing and you're 16 years of age, you're 18, you're just starting out, what a great thing that is. If you only ever bought the S&P at 18 years of age and did that even by doing the monthly, the weekly, without buying macro dips, just every week, every month, you saved until you were 55, 60, you will be good to go. You'll have all the money you need. You'll be completely independent. However, none of us here are starting out from 18. We're all starting later on in years. So we have to accelerate the process a little bit. So when you start younger, you can just buy a growth stock, which is what the S&P is. It can grow. When you get older, you can go, right, now I want an income. What do I do with it? Do I sell the odd share every now and again as an income? Do I borrow against it? That's how you can do it tax-free. There are ways to do that. That's what I'm looking at doing when I get to my retirement age. Or you can sell the stocks, pay the tax if you bought it on your main account. IRA is tax-free. You can take some of that money and you can start moving it into higher paying dividend stocks. They grow slower because they pay you a dividend. It's not that they're growing slower. It's just that the company have decided to pay out the profits in dividends rather than share price. So just because a stock pays you a dividend doesn't mean it's good or bad. It's just a different structure. It's for a different reason. So you've had a lot of growth. You've bought loads of tech, loads of innovative growth stocks over the 20, 30 years. And now you go, do you know what? I've got $1 million. I don't want the drama. I don't want the stress. I'm going to take all of my money and I'm going to put it in a nice high-paying dividend stock, which might go sideways or slightly up, but it pays me a regular monthly, weekly dividend, right? As opposed to me just selling a share every week. Because I could do that. I could just stay in the S&P every week, go, the S&P, the VU's worth like $550. I need $500 today. I just sell one of my shares from 30 years ago. That's the same as a dividend in a way, just a different payment structure, and it's not automatic. I'm doing it myself, right? But everyone's got their own reasons for doing what they do. But you wouldn't normally start when you're young with a dividend-paying stock because you need to grow a portfolio. You need to get a big pot of money, and now you move into dividend-paying stocks. Generally speaking, not everyone, but generally speaking, and Tim won't mind me saying this, the serious old man money moves into proper dividend-paying stocks because they've made their money. They're probably not risking it anymore. When I speak to millionaires and my one billionaire friend, they don't risk money. They're quite happy earning 5%. They're quite happy earning 6%, 10%. They're not risking their money because when you've got $1 million, imagine my portfolio end of the decade, $1 million. on the S&P alone, on average, 100 grand a year. Imagine, you watching this show in a few years from now, when I'm earning 100 grand a year doing nothing. And I could say, all right, if I take out 80 grand a year, my portfolio is still growing, even though I'm selling 80 grand a year of stock. My portfolio is still growing without me putting any money in, and I've got 80 grand a year. Hey, that's what I worked for. That was all the years of doing this to get to there. That's what you invest for. So I hope
that's exactly my goal.
Yeah. So hopefully that's given you a few ways to look at it.
No, it definitely clarified that, where dividends are the end phase of investing, not so much at the beginning. We're working on trying to get as much growth as we can right now. So
that's it.
No, I really appreciate it.
Brilliant.
Hey,
yeah,
one more thing.
Please.
I know you are really big in the coffee mugs. I don't like coffee, but I would totally buy some water bottles if you guys made some.
Absolutely right. Let's get it back to it, right? I've got to make some money here today, right? So we will get some water bottles on our shop. You can go out and buy at least half a dozen, right? And then I will make loads of money, and I will buy the S&P, which will benefit you because your S&P will go up because you're buying mugs from me, which I will put into the S&P. So you see what I mean? It all goes round and round. The more money you give me, the more money you get. It's like when people give me big super chats.
You're almost at a monopoly.
Someone came on the show once and they said, "Oh, this Martyn Lucas, he's terrible, right? He's pumping and dumping the S&P. He's manipulating the S&P."
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
How does that amount of money do that?
Yeah, I'd like to know. I'd need trillions of dollars. Then I could pump and dump the S&P. Yeah. But that ain't gonna happen in a billion years. So, but yeah, people will say that. They'll say, "Yeah, we'll see." But what I am doing, I am absolutely taking advantage of you buying a mug and buying a water bottle. That will definitely give me a few bucks profit. That will definitely go in the S&P. But you will get a lovely mug or a lovely water bottle. So you'll be happy. You'll also be happy knowing I've made some money because you're supporting me. You think, "Oh, I support the show." And you also know it's going in the S&P, which comes back to you. So it goes round and round and round. I encourage everyone to buy a water mug, water bottle. Yeah. Right, there you go. Leston Wynn just come in. How are you this afternoon? You're in the green room. Hang on a minute. It says you're in the green room. I can actually see you on the screen. Are you in the green room? There you go.
Oh, there we go.
That was weird. It was saying you were in the green room, but I could see you on the screen. How are you this afternoon? Where are you calling in from?
Same place. I haven't been blown away from the storm. Isla over in Scotland.
I know that, but you have to say it each time. There's people watching going, "Well, I don't know where."
I know. Yeah.
So I have to ask you every time
like
where you're calling in from. Right. What have you got for me today?
I'm doing fine. How are yourself, Martyn? Not much.
Are you watching me on YouTube? I think you're watching me on YouTube and you're behind the stream.
No.
It sounds like you
not
are
on YouTube. Funny
Are you not? Okay.
How is it? No, I'm not watching on YouTube. It's probably my stupid internet.
No, because there's no delay in this.
Yeah,
but
do you see? How is it not?
We sound like we're behind. Let me just hang up the call and call straight back. You seem to be on some sort of delay or something, all right? Okay?
Perfect.
If you hang up, there we go. Let's see what happens when he comes back in again. That was a bit strange. Tim, anything you want to add? Because you're a dividend man.
Yeah, I mean, dividends, time is really your best friend. And it really just depends on your age. Because I started dividends 15 years ago and built from one stock up to 15 that I have. And this has nothing to be as far as being egotistical or braggadocious, what I'm saying. But I built up a portfolio now that I receive $135,000 a year in dividend payouts.
There you go.
9% annually is safe, it's reliable, it's predictable. Cumulative, 7 years, it's over $1 million. So I do absolutely nothing. So
Did you
the
see
concept,
that? Did you see that? Tree guy, round of applause. This channel has no problem with people saying I've made $1 million because we all want to learn how you did it. It's never bragging. We are investors. This is a money channel. All right. So we want to hear how you've made $1 million. Nothing wrong with that. It's why when I decided to, show on the screen how much money I've got and my targets, it's like, oh, we can't show how much money. Of course you can. This is the money channel. So you carry on, mate. We love it.
well, I mean, the other piece too, I mean, you and I have been very intimate in Virgin Galactic, and you know how much money I've lost on paper with Virgin Galactic. Over $300,000. Now, I believe in the concept. I believe one day I will fly on it. We both don't like the management. However, until you get in a position financially that you can take 5 or 10% of your money and say it's more speculative, then you have to be safe with your investment money because it's hard to make money. I've been working in corporate America for over 40 years, own my own consulting firm now. So I still invest, but I'm very diversified in terms of mutual funds, stocks, and things of that nature. But again, you have to build into that. And you have to establish what is really your goal. Because one question, Martyn, I do have for you. What's your feelings on mutual funds, say aggressive growth mutual fund, aggressive growth and income mutual fund versus the S&P 500?
Honestly, Tim, I've never even looked at it. I know nothing about it.
Okay, and the reason I was because part of my portfolio as well, I would say probably about 20-25%, it's an aggressive growth income. And sometimes my advisors say, Tim, you don't really need it. I says, well, I'm not going any place. My health is fantastic. I said, so I'm really investing probably in aggressive growth in income. 95% of those companies are in equities. So I've never heard you really talk about the different mutual funds, be it if it's mid cap, small cap. So I was just curious, or to anyone else on the phone.
Yeah, I haven't. I have got no knowledge of that. I don't do options, as you know. I don't do shorts, as you know.
Neither do I.
No. And there are so many different, as you know, there are so many different opportunities, different ways to invest. I just like to own the businesses. That's it. That's what works for me. I will happily learn, though. Happily learn more about that, but that's not my field at all. I'm afraid.
Right. And the reason I was saying that, because of those 15 companies that I have in the dividends, these are companies that I've worked for or that I have intimate understanding. I do not buy anything that I do not touch, feel, or understand.
Makes sense.
And that's where a lot of people make mistakes. Yes, you and I agree. My portfolio is boring as hell. It's not sexy.
There's nothing boring though about a business that makes money every day. I mean, I don't want to buy a rocket ship and a crypto coin because it sounds sexy. Sod that. I've got a beautiful wife. If I want sexy, I've got a beautiful wife, right? That's all I need. I want my businesses to make me money every day. Make me money. That's what I want. Right. So you're damn right. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Leston Wynn, you've been. I think we got you back on the phone line. How's it working now?
I think it should be all good now.
That's better.
Uh-oh.
That's better. Yeah.
How are you doing?
What did you want to add today?
It was kind of more leading to kind of Wednesday, more than anything else. I mean, obviously, you're always going to get stories, anything like this with a whole Nvidia. It was going to come. I was lucky enough that I had my price target. I bought around 131 in the last macro dip, and I kind of had a target about 145 to sell, which I did. The part I wanted, and reinvested that back into Nvidia. I've got my long-term stuff. I've got my safe stuff like the S&P 500. which, funny enough, from my last call with yourself and the whole thing on Discord, that I kind of got rid of my leverage thing on the S&P and kind of
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I did. I got rid of that, so I was like 20% up on that. So
good. So you sold for a profit, but
yeah. So I bought that in the macro dip, like roughly
good.
time. It was around the day that you bought the S&P.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good buy as well. Sold it, and
20% profit, brilliant.
Yeah.
Always remember, and this is an important point to make for anyone. Never worry about the profits you didn't make or the opportunities you didn't get. Only care about what you do have. And, you got to really think about this for a minute. If you wasn't an investor and you never did any of this, and you put your money in the bank and you haven't got a big pot like Tim has, you've got $1,000 or $2,000, you're going to earn 0.5%, maybe 1%. I don't know. If you're lucky, obviously Robert, you're going to 4%. All right. You're not going to earn 20%, are you? And you earn 20%, and you didn't do anything. See, I sit here working all day to try and build a business, and that is my investment. My biggest investment is myself, right? You didn't do anything. You put some money in. You come back. It's up 20%. Thank you very much. You didn't do anything. So don't dismiss how much profit that really is. It's fantastic. It's really great. I can see Tree Guy at the top going, yeah, I'll take 20% all day long. I'll take 20% all day long. Yeah, bloody right. It's fantastic. And people worry about, I could have got 22%. Yeah, but you could also got zero. You could have got minus with your leveraging, right? There's all kinds of things, Don't worry about that. If you're consistent, I've never heard of anyone going bankrupt who keeps making money all the time, no matter how small it is. It adds up. And I always like to use the example of I bought my house with $1 tips on the cruise ships for 4 years. It adds up over and over again. So, be happy with that. Don't worry that next week it's gone up and you could have sold it for more. You've made 20% and now move on and now invest in something else. That's brilliant. Yeah, well done.
Yeah, I mean, I've got my I'm lucky enough, young enough investing, so I've obviously got my safe stuff, which S&P, I've always loved BlackRock. I'm like a BlackRock fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Don't ever say a fan. Don't ever be a fan of anything. Right?
Yeah.
Don't ever be a fan of Mr. Fink. Just be an investor. Look at it. Look at it where you can go, I've made money and I'm walking away. I still want to keep it. I mean, I don't for a second. I did at the beginning. Oh, yeah. I did at the beginning. When I first started investing, buying Virgin Galactic, I felt my shares were all purple and they all had a nice flashy V on them. And in my mind, they were all rockets. They weren't anything. And they didn't care when I sold and lost for 30 grand. Richard Branson didn't come knocking on my door and say, I'm sorry, Martyn. Nothing happened, So don't worry about that. Just be happy with what you have got. I think too many people are obsessed with what they could have had and what they could, There's opportunities every day. I use the example, I could go down to Highland Park today in Dallas, do a bit of schmoozing, and one of my friends would say, do you want to play in my house tonight? $5,000. That's what I charge to play in people's houses like that. Yeah, we got a nice piano, put your speakers up, do a sound, do your Elton John show. $5,000, thank you much. I'm not missing that because I'm not down there doing it. I'm sitting and talking to you. So you can't miss what you don't have. You've made 20%, move on. Brilliant. So what are you going to do now?
Well, I reinvested my kind of Nvidia pot that I previously back into Nvidia because, I mean, I'm still very bullish on Nvidia. I can see it going around the 100 mark below. It just really depends, from my sense, what Wednesday holds. I don't really care if it goes down. That's my kind of... I've got like 10% of my pot. 90% of it is safe. So that pot that that 20% that I sold on the S&P, I've left it. I'm waiting. That's just in my ISA getting, I think it's like just over 5% interest. So I'm just leaving it there. I've obviously got my other shares in BlackRock that I bought in around $730.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean.
Well, you can relook at the ISA when rates come down,
Yeah.
And that won't be for a while. I don't think we're going to get a rate cut on Wednesday. I hope we don't get a rate cut. The inflation is not down where it needs to be. The world isn't perfect. We need a bit more pressure, and people want it now. They don't understand that the rates being held up are a lagging indicator. They take time to... what's going on with Tree Guy? What's he up to there? No idea. What are you doing? Oh, you're walking around, Tree Guy. There we go.
I was grab my moccasins. My feet are cold. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, fair enough, mate. I get that. It's freezing here as well. But
My wife said she didn't put her makeup on, so she doesn't want to be on camera.
Oh, yeah, that's like my wife. She won't ever come on camera. Yeah. But yeah, I forgot my train of thought there. I forget where I was going. But yeah, interest rates, I hope they stay where they are. Put further pressure. It also shows, if they don't reduce rates, it also shows that the Fed have got a hold on it. They're happy where it's going. We're not increasing rates. We're fine where it is. We are in control. Jerome Powell's running the Fed. Donald Trump can't come in and tell him what to do. He can't do that. I know people might go, we'd like him to if you like Trump, or no, we wouldn't if you don't like Trump. But he can't come in and fire Jerome Powell, and he can't tell Jerome Powell what to do. I'm sure he can send him a message and say, but it doesn't do anything. Jerome Powell's doing a good job. The rates are coming down. Inflation's coming down. But leaving rates where they are, I think, will show stability. If rates go up, that's not good. If rates go up, that's not good. The market will take a dive because that will show instability. No one will know what's going on. If the rates come down 1%, that would be bad as well, because it'd be like we've been too high for too long, and it would confuse people because inflation is not coming down that quick. So why are we reducing rates? So the only thing they can do really is stay where they are, or a 0.25%. 0.25% could be okay as long as they're dovish. But I don't think we need one, and I hope we don't get one. But that's what I think anyway. We don't want a rate hike, and we don't want a massive drop. So that's what I think is going to happen. And all that's going to happen is it's going to, and this is why we're all over the place at the moment. We've got all this China FUD with all this new stuff going on, and we've got volatility going into Wednesday. It's going to present opportunity. Now, if you've just entered the market and you're looking for a dip on the S&P, well, you got one today. You'll probably get some more on Wednesday, right? For me, I'm now at the point where I'm trying to reduce my margin, and I'm really only looking for 20% drops. Not looking for 1 or 2%, because that's way above where I bought anyway, and I want to reduce my margin. But if on Wednesday we get this big drop of 20%, which we're not going to get, I would then buy some more. But other than that, I'm not going to do anything. So it's just wait and see, really. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I'm very much the same way. I'm keeping that ISA thing away from the S&P at the moment. I'm waiting for a bigger dip, but
yeah,
I mean, the only part that I've invested was the Nvidia, which I took my profits and kept in the ISA piece. But I mean, I find Nvidia 15, 16, whatever percent it is now of a dip. I find that crazy.
For me, Nvidia is a company you own. You don't trade it. That doesn't mean you can't trade it. But I own 6.7% of it through the S&P. I think it's 6.7 on VU. So I own it, and I don't sell a single share of the S&P. I believe it can grow. It's going to be worth more than it is today. I'm just leaving it alone, letting it grow. I think we've got a really great, even though I don't think everything Trump's doing is good. I don't think everything he's doing is bad either. I think we are in a golden era. I think we are. I think the economy, we're in too much debt. We're in too much debt. I don't think anybody's going to disagree with that. But I think what Elon's doing, I was looking about the history of this the other day. I was up very late at night with the candle burning, and I was reading about Truman. I wonder if Tim remembers this. Truman, the president of the United States in the war, I think it was he put together, he did something very much like what Elon Musk is doing. And he saved a lot of money for the US government. And I see a similar thing being done by Elon Musk now. And I don't know how effective it's going to be. But if you add everything together with the fact that we've got 2 years of growth, we've still got our earnings, 75% of our earnings beating on earnings. We've got parts of the sector that have been asleep for a while, which I think are now going to wake up. We've got inflation coming down. We've got PPI good. We've got employment good. We've got CPI good. We've got Trump, who is very pro the stock market, whether you like him or not. We've got America with some of the greatest businesses in the world, and AI is like in the industrial revolution, if you like. And I still believe America is leading that, despite what China want to say today. You take all these things into account, I think we have got a great future. It's a good time to be investing. That doesn't mean to say you just keep buying like a crazy man. Hence why I'm not buying today, even though it dipped. You know, my portfolio went down like 5% because it's doubled because of the S&P, you know, of margin. Mm-hmm. But it's only down like, you know, the S&P is only down a couple of percent. That's not enough for me to buy. But I'm already in. I've already invested. So,
yeah.
Peck, is it? Sorry, not Peck. I beg your pardon. Yes, it is. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Peck Hong. Any thoughts? Any comments?
Yeah, I think just now you mentioned about the fact that, you know, you guys who are older and towards dividends and stuff. Yeah, I do agree that's definitely much more runway for people like me, you know, who are younger starting out, and versus those who have less leeway and more want to have like more of like a side money rather than actively like trying to grow your wealth and so on and so forth, which is the case for these growth stocks. And I mean, for what I do have a bit of like individual like Google and whatnot. That's why I want to see the earnings and I'm interested in it. But I mean, for the most part, it's like the S&P because, like you say, businesses come and go. Some perform better than others, but the index are still businesses which are performing, and that won't change.
That's correct. Mm-hmm. Most of the, I think 80% of the Russell in 10 years' time won't exist. Companies that you love today, the best thing ever, won't exist. See, I'm not interested in I don't like the idea of selling great businesses to buy some rubbish in the Russell, to take a few percent profit, to come back over here, to chase it again. I just think that's ridiculous. I honestly, you got to remember.
Yeah, of the idea of people just gambling their money away, like, this stock is good. Nope. Like, nope.
Yeah, and it's like one minute everyone loves everything, and next minute they're out of it. Well, nothing's changed. Nothing has changed with Nvidia today.
Exactly.
Other than what the story we're hearing in China, it's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. So until I get an and you mentioned earnings while you're interested in individual stock. Why I cover the earnings, and I don't even have any of the individual stocks. I cover the earnings not just because my members give me $5, which is great. It's my job. I do the earnings, even if I wasn't doing it on the show, because I want to know about the economy and the businesses that make up the economy. And you learn a lot. When you listen to this morning, we did SoFi this morning. We listened to SoFi. That was requested. That's the fintech, financial tech stocks, right? Financial sector is a sector I'm looking at this year, thinking that's going to overperform this year. I believe that. And we're already seeing the banks do well this year, right? Do better than they've done for many years. So, when you listen to the earnings, you've got to take out some of the rah-rah. The CEO of SoFi likes to rah-rah his business, makes wild predictions that aren't true half the time. But when we listen to the CFO and we learn about the numbers and we learn about the projections, and then we have the Q&A at the end and we hear about the way they react to the questions, we learn about their business, which means we learn about the economy because their business is affected by the global situation and other things. So listening to earnings is important. It gives us an understanding of where everything's going. When we listen to Coca-Cola, we learn a lot about what's the word I'm looking for? Commodities. We learn about sugar prices. We learn about what the company are doing. Are they buying the future of sugar to protect their prices, or are they waiting for the price to come down? We're learning about all of these things, and earnings, can be a bit confusing to most people. I understand it goes on for hours sometimes, but it's actually very important. So it's good that you want to request an earnings because you want to hear from your CEO. And I've never understood this, that people are very easy to press buy on their phone while sat on the toilet. I'm buying Google. But they don't want to listen to the CEO who runs the company tell them about the company they just bought. I mean, think about that. That's like buying a house, right? And you've asked someone to build it, but you don't want to ever talk to him. You don't ever want to know how the house is going. There's all my money, mate. There's all my money. Build me a house. Would you like a meeting? Nah. Do you want to know how the house is coming along? Nah. Do you want to know what bricks we're using? Use any bricks you want. I ain't bothered. Who the hell would do that? But that's what people do. Google sounds good. I've heard about Google. It must be good. I'm going to buy it. Sat on the toilet. Buy some Google. The CEO is going to talk tomorrow. Who's the CEO? What does he do? The chief executive officer. He makes all the decisions on your business. Nah, I can't be bothered. I'm going to be sat on the toilet buying something else. That's what we deal with every day.
I feel like your best investments happen on the toilet, Martin.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I do sometimes tweet sat on the toilet. I mean, I try to make the use of every moment, you know. I tell you what, when I was younger, when I was Lestin's age and I was Peck's age and all the rest of it, or maybe even Tree Guy. When I was younger, could never understand why my dad would spend half an hour, 45 minutes sat on the toilet. Why are you on the toilet for so long? And it takes 2 minutes. Why are you sat on the toilet? And why do you always go in the toilet with magazines and books? Why are you doing that? When you're a teenager, you just cannot understand that. Why would you possibly do that? And as you get older, you realise why. It's a comforting place. It's a place for your own thoughts. It's a place to get away from the world. And it's a place for me to catch up with my tweets and my Instagram. So sometimes I come out of the toilet and Leah goes, "Can you even walk? Are your legs gone numb yet?" I've been in there for like an hour. Tim's going, "Can't believe you're having this conversation." It's real, Tim. It's real life, mate. It's real life. And you understand it when you get older. So now I understand why my dad used to sit on the toilet. He enjoyed it. It was his little bit of me time. Me and Leah, we even said we should put a TV in there and a stand and a little fridge. We could have drinks, you know, all sorts. We're not doing that, but we thought about it for 5 minutes. Anyway.
Breaking news from the Lucas 8 bathroom.
Yeah. Now, if I wasn't married, I would do it. I think it would be funny. I think it'd be real life. I remember Ricky Gervais did it once. Ricky Gervais did it from sat in the bath. People like it. It's real. But I'm married and my wife does not want me on YouTube sat on the toilet. She doesn't want me to do it. I would do it. I think it'd be funny now and again. Not every day, but now and again, it'd be quite funny.
Just say it's for a charity stream. That's all you have to do.
Do what?
Do it for a charity stream.
There you go. I'll tell you I'm doing it for charity. I'm doing it for charity. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Anyway, this has been great. I've got to get off because I've been live since 6 o'clock this morning. It's 10 to 12. 6 hours I've been streaming today. Absolutely bonkers. And so let's go. Anybody got any comments, questions before we go to final thoughts?
Enjoy your dinner.
Enjoy my dinner. Yes. Tim.
No, great work as always. I enjoy calling in and meeting everyone else for the first time. So thank you.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure. I'm really glad we've got you now, regularly calling in because I've always enjoyed your conversation in the chat, and now people know who you are. Peck, final thoughts from you.
Yeah, I think it's really great to get insight from like more senior people than you. That's why for me, like even in my life, my friends and all the rest of it, it's like I always look up to those older than me. Not because they're older, but because they have more experience, they have more expertise, and so on and so forth. So it's like it's always comforting to know that it's like certain things we are aligned on, and all that. Yeah. So
that's because you are going to be successful and you've got a brain that works and you're sensible, right? Right?
So.
Right? Okay, you got a brain that works. There are people who go, not interested in what the CEO has to say. They're in their little Reddit rooms with their mates on their phones, all talking rubbish. None of them have a clue what they're talking about. I mean, I've always believed this. You are who you associate yourself with. I mean, think about it for a minute. If you go down the road, if there's like lots of little rooms you can go in, all right, you can go into this room and it's full of the local village idiots. Every one of these is bankrupt. No one's got any money. No one's got any jobs. No one does anything. No one's achieved anything. No one's got any education. They're all doolally, right? And you walk into that room and you spend your whole entire life mixing with those people. Chances are you're going to come out a little bit like that. It's like an accent, isn't it? When you hang around people, you pick up an accent. You learn mannerisms. You pick up things, all right? You can see married couples that have been married for 30, 40 years. They start doing the same stuff. Me and Leah do it already. We've only been married like 7 years, and we're all already doing little things that each of us do. Whereas if you walk into a room full of successful, wealthy, driven, motivated, educated people, you might learn something and go, oh, this is better. I'm actually getting something out of this conversation. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of obvious, really, but most people don't think most people don't think that. They think, I don't know that. So, yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to say something then, Peck. I was coming back to you.
Yeah. I was going to add that, like, yeah, I mean, why you put yourself in a room full of idiots and be the smartest one? I'd rather be like the least knowledgeable.
Yes.
The room,
yes.
The most.
I have said this, and I honestly say this. I don't just say this for effect or theatrical entertainment. I say this because it's true. I have learned more from all of you that watch me, that call in, that send me messages, that talk to me, than you have learned from me. Everything I am doing here is what you have told me and what I've learned, and how I've seen how you've reacted. All I am is a sponge. I'm always learning from every source. I want to hear everybody. I don't want to just hear from one side of the argument. I don't want to hear just from people who love Trump. I want to hear people who don't like Trump. Why don't you like him? What? Let me make a decision. I want to learn people that love crypto, that hate crypto. Why don't you like it? Why do you like it? And very often, when I have people on this show that are really, really pro-crypto, and I ask them some challenging questions, most of them, not all, but most, they run out of nowhere to go. Well, they don't. You didn't answer any of my questions. You don't seem to know why you love it. Well, you don't have any answers. Well, that's a reason why I don't like that then. Because if you who love it don't know why you love it, why should I be interested in it? And I see that a lot. Whereas when I talk to someone and they can convince me because they know more than I do, now I'm interested. But if you know less and you're just making it up and waffling along, there's nothing to learn here, is there?
But I just name. That's it. That's why I buy Binky Bonk.
Binky Bonk. Well, guess what? I'm not putting a single penny of my money to Binky Bonk, but I wish you the best. Right, final thoughts. Petcom, give me your final thoughts before I let you go.
Final thoughts. I think today is just an overreaction as usual. It reminded me of the carry trade 100%. I was walking down the street. I was like, this reminds me of the carry trade, exactly like that.
Yeah, very similar. Northern Tree Guy. Your final thoughts, please, mate.
My final thoughts. I just want to say thank you for building community that everyone has a voice in, and keep doing what you're doing. That's all I got for you.
I appreciate that, mate. Final thoughts from Lestin Wynn.
Thank you very much. Thank you to educate us and kind of enlighten some dark corners that we obviously don't see with the news. But it's nice to know all of you and get to kind of know about this community.
Thank you, mate. It's a great community, innit? I can't believe how we're growing now. We're 850 members now, nearly 62,000 subscribers. It's nuts, isn't it?
I mean,
and Tim Rogers, final thoughts, mate.
Just be very patient this week because the market is going to be selling sideways, ups and downs. No one really knows. Interest rates, from my point of view, hopefully they stay the same. They don't need to go up. They don't need to go down. Trump can't fire Powell. Powell has to fire himself. But it's going to be very choppy for the next 2 months, 60 days. So just be patient with your investments. And again, understand this about the new investors. we all work extremely hard to make a salary. So as much as you work to get that W-2 or the 1099, when you're investing your money, think about it the same way. Take your time, whatever you're investing in, read and research the company. They owe you that. They work for you. You're the shareholder. But again, if you just want to invest on whatever, then you lose money. That's on you. The smart people, from what I've learned over the decades, they do the research. And this is one of the platforms why I really enjoy joining Martyn, is because he does a lot of the research for us, but still, we have to do the homework as well. Sensei does a great job with his charts. I call in Sundays when I want information on a particular company. But again, to be successful, you have to do your homework and study the balance sheets.
There it is. Great last final thoughts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this button to keep the family together. We are running a restream at the moment. Sensei's show from last night, Sunday night. I'm replaying it right now on the extra channel. So this stream will end and take you directly to the extra channel. Let me put it in the chat. Let me just remove that pin a moment. Unpin live now. If you want to support the channel just by letting it run in, if you just put it on mute, it helps promote what we're doing live now on. It just earns me 1 cent per person every 6 minutes. That's the reason. All right. I'll just tell you straight. If you watch the extra channel every 6 minutes, I earn 1 cent. Not from you. You don't pay it. It's just the ad. So if you want to go out and just support the show, just let it play. Just let it play and then just bugger off. It doesn't matter, really. You don't have to watch it. Right, there you go. Live now on Extra. I'll pin it to the top if you want to carry on the conversation with the family or donate 1 cent per minute every 6 minutes to me. Please do. Whatever. Anyway, thank you ever so much indeed, guys. You've been absolutely brilliant. It's been an absolute honor again to have this show. I cannot believe we've had over 300 or 400 people watching the entire time since nearly 6 o'clock this morning. This has been just incredible. I cannot believe it. Thank you ever so much. Here's my final thoughts. Thank you guys for calling in. Appreciate you all.
Okay. Everyone have a great week.
Yes, cheers. All right, I'll give you my final thoughts. There we go. What a great phone that was. Really did enjoy that. Thank you ever so much, everyone who called in. It's now time for me to wrap up the show. I'll be back for the closing bell in a couple of hours' time. I've got to get these videos out between now and then, though. Lots to get out. I've just put out, if you're interested and you want to learn about the fintech business, I've just put out the the SoFi earnings. It just went out a few moments ago. 3 hours ago. There it is. This is the actual video, not the live stream, the actual video I made from it, so it's better quality and so on. That's already gone out, and there you go. Now, if you've missed any of the shows, what you do is you scroll down the bottom here and you find past live streams. So there was the live stream we did this morning, but from that I made the video. So these are all the past live streams. You can go there and catch up what you missed yesterday. But on the extra channel now, we're going to restream Sensei's show from last night, and you can listen to that, and then it'll carry on with the XRP playlist. That's it from me. Thanks for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you back this afternoon. I'm starving. I'm going to go and have something to eat, and that's it. Comments in the chat. I think I've covered everything. I don't think there's anything I missed particularly. Oh, there is something I missed, and how could I possibly go without doing this? I cannot believe I forgot this. So here we go. Before we do Day Trader of the Day, I want to see how much money everyone's made or lost today. Before we do that, we need to thank our sponsors. Our sponsors are not corporate sponsors. They are our members, our viewers. Crafty Falcon, he's now got 11,000 subscribers. We're loving it. There you go. There is Crafty Falcon in the chat. Please do click on his link, subscribe to him. He's one of our viewers, and we're building his channel. Fantastic. We also have CRC, one of our members. Let me click on his YouTube channel. Put that in the chat. There you go. There's CRC. You might go, well, I'm not interested. I don't want to follow this. Yeah, you do. We all follow each other. We all support each other, and we all are there to help each other. So please do. Then we have Pal. Power Group makes videos on crypto and other things and many other things, and you might want to support him. He is also a $99 sponsor, and there you go. He also watches and contributes to the show and takes part in what we're doing. There is Power Group, okay. And last but not least, we have our Stacey, Savage Faith Creations. She makes merchandise, hats and t-shirts and stuff. Not to be confused with our shop. It's nothing to do with our shop, but she does do, look, make America godly again. There you go. You can get a t-shirt with that on it. You can get a t-shirt or a glass, and she'll even make things that you might want to customize. Look, Savage Faith. She's got a nice iPhone case there. If you want Stacey to put your name on something, reach out to her and she'll make you something, from a bag to a cozy to a t-shirt to a mug, you name it, she's got it. Just again, not to be confused, this is not our shop, okay, but this is another shop and you might enjoy buying stuff from here. Nice cool dad hat there. All right, that's Stacey Bailey. Fantastic. And the link was in the chat. All right, I've put everything in. Let me check my feed over here. That's looking good. I can close that down now. I can close this down. Oh, I just should probably mention this before I go as well. This is the community tab. Oops, I did that wrong. Let me do that again. There's the community tab. If you go and check the community tab, what you'll see here, we call it the Lucas Archies. Better than the Fibonacci's, more accurate to be honest. We have polls on all the things related to our earnings. SoFi, is it a buy, sell, or hold? We had 197 votes. 40% say buy. You might want to vote or look at these or comment on them. We had XRP. Is it going to reach $10? 50% say yeah. 945 votes. I think that's our highest ever poll. So you can go and check that. I put this out here. What did I say here? Oh yes, I put a little post out over the weekend. Very important, not just to make money, but to save money. How you can reduce your phone bill, how you can reduce your internet bill. I do it all the time. I'm always saving money, reducing my outgoings to make me more profitable. Go and check out that. Lastly, I'll give you this in the chat. There's my Instagram. There's my X. If you follow me on Instagram and X, I will engage with you. There's Seeking Alpha Spread. If you want the software that I use, get discounts, free trials. You should all do that. There's my shop. If you want to get one of our mugs or t-shirts, hats from my official shop. There's Discord, which provides you the free training. We don't charge you for it. There's how to become a member. And there's Robinhood free stocks. If you are in the US, we're giving you free stocks. Robinhood UK, if you're in the UK, there's your free stocks. That's it. Blimey, time to do day trader of the day. Can you believe it? I keep thinking I've come to the end, and I haven't. There's another bit. All right, day trader of the day. Let's see who wins today. Who wins? Are you up? Are you down? Day trader of the day. 334 likes, 8 down likes. Wow, that's pretty conclusive. Thank you very much indeed for all of you that did that. Right, I am down 3.71 because remember, I'm in margin. Down 3.71. Shadoo-be-doo-woo. Shadoo-be-doo. Oh, Discord. Oh, do you want onboarding? Let's do onboarding. Discord, Kata. I shall go and search for you now on Discord. Let's do some onboarding on Discord. Members. There you are, Kata. I can see you. Yes, I found you. I'm now going to do your whoops. I'm now going to do your if you've sent me a friend request, I'll accept it. Here you are on Discord. That's you. That's you there. I found you. So what I do now is this. I go roles. I give you YouTube member. And I change your nickname to what you are on YouTube. So we all know who you are. So people will engage with you. That's who you are. If you've sent me a friend request, I'll accept it. Profile. No, you haven't. So be careful. You'll get scammers send you friend requests. I never send them. If you send me a friend request, I will accept it. If I haven't got a friend request, you might need to cancel it and send it again, because I never accept them until I've done this, so I may have deleted it. So you might want to send me a friend request again, and I shall accept it if you've done it. All right, let me see again. No, you haven't yet. So I'll refresh the screen. When people send me friend requests, I always delete them until I know they're members. Okay? Otherwise, I'll have millions of friend requests. No. So be careful. I never send friend requests. I never message you. So be very, very careful. Do not get scammed. Please send me a friend request and I'll accept it. Okay, let me roll the credits. Roll the credits. See who the stars of our show were today. The stars of our show today. Who has won? Down 6.1. Down 8.4. Michael Malik, Al Green, Tayab, AB, Bryce, Pro, Mr. These are all our new subscribers. Vaz, Saif, Zachary, BRG, Svilan, Ruslan, Yev, Anid, C4, David, Gavin, Connie, Jean, Kevin, Claudia, NL, Digital, Plus, Neo, Rook, The Bart, The Barnetts, Dinesh, Greg, Manifier. These are all new subscribers today. And just one super chat. There were more, it just didn't come through from Jenny B. I've no idea why the super chats weren't coming through, but thank you to all the stars of our show today. The winners of our show today was down 8.4. We have no one giving me their scores. Which means I am the winner because I'm down the least. What's wrong with you today? All right, so in that case, then I win. Congratulations. Thank myself. Give myself a thumbs up. I am the winner. That's it from me. Let me go back and see if you sent me a friend request. Did you? It looks like something's come in. Profile. Yes, you did. You sent me a friend request. Accept friend request. I've done that now. You are done. Yep, we're done. Kata 0706. You've got everything done now. Marvellous. That's it from me. Final thoughts. Thank you very much indeed. It's been a very, very long show. Been going over 6 hours non-stop. We're now going to go over. Please do join me on the Extra channel. It's the way to keep the family together. It supports the show. It really does. And just by simply tuning into the Extra channel, I see we've already got new members coming in. It allows you to talk. It's 99 cents to be a member. It's the cheapest membership on YouTube. Look at this. Paul, 1 month for member. Welcome to special guests. There you go. Members only. Now join me on Extra. Sensei's doing his show right there. And we go through all our XRP stuff. Join me over there. That's it from me. Thank you very much indeed. Now join me on Extra until we meet again, which will be this afternoon. I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I've not eaten all day. I'm out of here. That's it from me. I'm always on the Extra. Northern Tree Guy. Yes, I notice, and I love to have a conversation with you when I get the chance. That's it from me. Take care of yourselves and each other.